fire going. You got to see my fire. Okay. I didn't want to use wood because I don't have to keep getting up and poking the fire and putting more wood on it. So I got a Duraflame log. Now, mind you, this fire's been burning for an hour. This is the most fire I have ever seen. All right. Are you ready? Look at that. Is that terrible? But what's not terrible is all the great stuff I have for you tonight. So I've got all the stuff that I couldn't show on Wednesday because I was sick with food poisoning, and I added more to it. So yeah. So that was the worst fire you've ever seen, huh? All right. So I'm going to get this all positioned here. This week I'm going to be. Let me start a giveaway. Let me see if I can do that. If I still remember how to do that. So I'm going to do giveaways differently this time. It's going to be random stuff. Everything will be sterling silver. It'll either be a pair of earrings with some kind of cool stone, or maybe a pair of hoops, or it'll be a little ring. Like I've got a couple of rings with open backs that can be worn on your toe or on your hand. So let me do a giveaway. So it'll just be at random when I'm shipping. So I'm going to run one giveaway, and starting now. I think it's running. There we go. So join the giveaway. Anyway, I am changing my days. I normally do Wednesday night and Saturday night. This week, I'm going to do Tuesday night because of a very important thing that's happening on Wednesday at 5 o'clock, and that's Stranger Things. Stranger Things is coming out at 5 o'clock, and our whole family is going to watch it. So, I'll be doing Tuesday night instead, and then I'll be doing Friday instead of Saturday because it's Black Friday. So I know Stranger Things. Are you guys into Stranger Things? I'm just dying to find out what's going to happen next. And everybody's saying somebody's going to die. And oh, I can't wait either. We are going to like make homemade cinnamon rolls. We are going to sit there and watch that thing in our comfy pants and our slippers. We can't wait. So yeah, Stranger Things. So that's why I won't be here that night. But I want to show you what came today. Look at this. This is a box of jewelry, over $3,000 worth. I missed my antique flea market on Sunday because we got rained out, but one of my best pickers sent me a big box, and I can't wait to get into it and open it up. So Tuesday night, I'll have some things from my website, and I'll have. Oh, I know, right? Oh, I just hope nobody dies. Like if it's Dustin or everybody seems to think it might be Steve. I don't know. Who do you think's going to die? Everybody seems to think someone's going to die. I just hope not. And then I was watching even the weather report. I was watching the weather report this morning, and the people that were giving the weather all of a sudden started talking about it, and they're like, "No, they think it's going to be 11. 11's going to die." So I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, so that box, I'll be getting into that. I'll have some new things that have never been on my website before, and oh, you think Will? Yeah, that could be. Oh, this is just gonna be something else. I can't wait. I'm gonna be, like, riveted. I have a kind of a crappy TV, and I keep thinking, "Maybe I should go get a new TV for this." Is that insane? But it's so dark sometimes, and you have to be able to see it. So, anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We've got a giveaway going. If you just got here, um, giveaways are gonna be random this time. I've got a little box of giveaways. They're all sterling silver, either earrings or a little ring or something, and I'll just pick them as I ship them. It's gonna be a heavy shipping week because I've got Black Friday on my website and here, and we've got early event here on Tuesday instead of Wednesday because of Stranger Things. If you're on Facebook and you're watching, um, you can't if you like what you see here, you can't bid unless you're actually on Whatnot, and there'll be a post underneath where you are, where you're watching, and it has a link, and you can sign up. Hi, I'm so glad to see you here. Yeah, so if you want to join us, it's a lot of fun. Even if you don't feel like you want to buy anything, we have giveaways and a lot of super nice people here. So we just have a blast. I'm feeling a lot better. If you stayed till the end last time, I told you at the very end, I cut short after 2 hours because I had food poisoning and I was not feeling well. Yeah, I'm gonna go check that out, and I also have a Costco, card, so I may go there and look because TVs are so cheap. I know, thank you so much. Um yeah, it was time to run to the bathroom. I was not feeling great at all, so Hi, how are you doing? All right, so I'm just going to do a couple of little things to get started, little inexpensive things, and then we'll get into the heavy duty stuff. Here's a little pair of earrings. I have them hooked together. I'm going to unhook them, and that might be to my demise because I drop every earring. So I'm just going to start these low. All right, these are CZ, but they've got a lot of sparkle for your buck. They are earrings, pierced, really pretty. I don't know what my lowest is on here. Let me see. Go into my shop and see what my lowest thing is. Oh, I'm in the giveaways. We don't want to be in there. I'll start these at $5, and we not don't want to be at 30 seconds. We want to be at 15, and we will start these little earrings starting at $5. Super cute. Almost finished with the givey. Aren't those pretty? I think those are just a nice dressy thing to wear. What movie's good? We were talking about oh, congratulations on your first purchase. Um, we're talking about Stranger Things. It's been going on. It's on Netflix. It's sort of like a sci-fi thing set back in the 80s. It is so good. And we've been waiting for the new season to come out, and we're gonna have a winner here. Chessa Rye, congratulations for our first givey. MJ Tick 199, and that is number one. These little cards take time, but they sure help me not mess up in shipping. So we have to do it. All right, let's do something that is, let me see if that's turquoise or not. That is turquoise. All right. This is a shooting star pin. It has flat back little clutches. So you'd want to put it on a coat. You could put it on a hat. It's pretty long. All right. So, and this is sterling silver. This is turquoise. I'm going to get up there real close so you can see the stone. All right. I don't know where this was made. It came with a bunch of Native American stuff. It is not Native American. I'll try to take one of these clutches off. So that's the kind of flat back pin that it is. And the clutches go on here. All right. We are going to go to the shop. And I paid 25 for it. I'm going to start it at 25. And there we go. Shooting star. And there's the back. Here's the size of it. So it's pretty big. Oh, my poor little pathetic fire in the fireplace. Good deal. You got it for cost. Love it. Number one. Okay. I also have something very special for a little bit later inside of this box. Wait till you see the box is nothing, but what's inside is amazing. All right. Let's do a little Native American thing. All right. These are Hopi earrings on original card. And on the back of the original card, it's there's the name of the maker. Card is beat to heck, but it's got information on here that's important. So little stud, sterling silver overlay, and we will start those at $10. And there we go. And they are running. Aren't those cute? They need to be polished up a little bit. Hopi jewelry is pretty expensive these days, but I've had these a while, so I think I paid more than that for them, but whatever. I do that all the time. So yeah, see how they need a little bit of a polish, good size. Oh, that'd be great. All right, congratulations. I'm gonna write that down. We don't want to make any mistakes. All right, number one, and that is all right. All right. Here's a pair of earrings. These were made in Mexico from the 1950s. They're hoops. They've got a carinated shape. Really nice. Here's the size. All right. And those need to be polished a little bit, but not a lot because they've got a good patina. And I'm going to start those at what I paid, just $25. And there we go. Hi, Doc. Hi, John. How you doing? Those are really cute. Nice, good patina. All right, congratulations. Number two. I have something that Doc's gonna like, so I'm gonna pull that. Bear with me. Hope I don't knock everything over. I found these in my supply. I didn't even remember that I have them. This needs to be, they're just on a hank. They aren't strung, but these are carved garnets, these beads. So this is, and I pull these up just for you, John. A little bit, looks like they're 22 inches long, so they're gonna have to be strung with a clasp and everything. And the string is just, hank string. So but they definitely need to be strung. But look at that. I'm gonna try to hold them real still so you can see the carving. Super pretty garnets. So we have to start this at, I'm gonna start that at, I'll start it at 35. There we go. Super pretty. They've got a lot of sparkle being all carved up like that, but aren't those gorgeous? Absolute garnets. All right. Congratulations. I'm going to put that in with your other piece. Okay. That go in. All right. I found this just today in my stuff. This is another little kid's bracelet. This is Navajo. If you look real close and get my face out of here, you can see on this middle stone, there's a crack in the center, but it's very secure because it's got a nice deep bezel. All right. So the size of this is a 5, I'd say a 5 inch. It wants to go to 5 1/4, but it's 5 inch. It's a tiny little thing for a little kid. Not for a really tiny one, but it's definitely for a kid. So we're going to start this at 25. And there we go. It is Navajo and it's old, probably 1970s. It's got a nice little twisted wire rope around each stone just to kind of help it keep the stone in there and give it some protection. Nice patina. I like to call these granddaughter bracelets. Thank you very much. Okay, and that is number 3. Right. Okay, these are really fun. These are mixed metals because I know some of you want the mixed metals. These are copper and sterling silver with bees on them. Aren't those cute? So here's the size. And they have a nice satin finish instead of a shiny finish. Okay. And we have to start these at 25. And there we go. Really cute. Nice artisan earrings. And there's the back side. I don't see any hallmarks on them. This person should have put their name on them because they did a great job. But super cute. Congratulations. Okay. Yes, Phoebe. You just think I'm talking to you, huh? Huh, Phoebe? That's my cat. She's starting to know that I'm doing something over here and she comes over and has to talk about it. Okay, here is, let's not do that yet. I know. this bracelet sold a couple of shows ago and their payment failed. So we're going to bring this back. This is solid copper. It is 7 inches long, has the old style clasp. This is a trading post piece. And we will start that at $10. And there we go. Nice copper concho bracelet. This is what it looks like. So it's actually got some nice shine left to it. Sometimes they just get looking like a penny, a copper penny. Well, the back of it does. So the back of it's got some patina. Look at that. So you got some good age going on there. But the front, nice and shiny. There's your back. There's the front. All right, congratulations. Number. Right. Now, speaking of things that payment didn't go through, I had 6 of these last time and all of them sold, but this one, the payment failed. So these were from a set of conchos from an old belt, has a really good Native American Navajo mark on the back. And I'm going to start this. I believe we started these at 25, I think. I'll start this at 25. But this has got a great patina, good piece of fox turquoise, nice applique work. This would make a great bracelet. You could just put it on a piece of leather and you've got a nice bracelet. Phoebe, are you supposed to be on my desk? So super nice thing. I love it when I find extra conchos that people have taken off of a belt, which I'm sure these were, and I've got some other ones tonight too. But this is really old, and I like this hammered raindrop. All right, congratulations. You need to get down before you knock down my tray. That's a good girl. Okay. You want me to do some more conchos? You want to see what the other ones look like? They're a little bit more expensive, but they're bigger. This is what they look like. All right. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like there's 7. And these were also taken off of a belt that had like 25 and the belt was too long for the person. They have nice, big, wide copper. You know, there's no hole, you'd have to have a jeweler put the thing on there for it to be a buckle, or you'd have to jerry rig your belt for this to work because it's just got the straps for it to slide on there. But it would make a great bracelet too, because you could put a piece of leather through there. So yeah, so here's the first one, and I'll start this one. I have to start them. Let's see, oops. I guess we're starting it at 25. I was going to put it at 35 by a minute mistake, but that's okay. I'm good with that. So yeah, these are all hand stamped decorated. I don't see any hallmarks on them. It probably had a buckle and the buckle had the mark on it. So we don't know who made these. But yeah, these are solid sterling silver. This is Sleeping Beauty turquoise. So yeah, super nice. I mean, it's a nice big size. Could definitely make something cute out of that. So yeah, I'm going to try to get it closer so you can see how good the stamping is. It's nice and deep. And you can see that this can be polished up to be very shiny if you wanted it to be shiny. All right, congratulations. Right. Thank you, Deborah. All right, number 6. Run more of those? You want me to run more? Yes, I do. I have more from that same thing. Okay, here's the second one. All right, this one's just about the same, a little bit different turquoise. No, these are the only ones I have tonight. I have a bag of conchos somewhere. A lot of times I use these for kerchief slides too, because you can stick your bandana right through there and push the copper down because it's soft. So a lot of times I'll put them on my website to be used as a handkerchief slide or a bandana slide. So we'll go ahead and run this one. It's got a little bit different matrix pattern because it's a definitely a natural stone. Here's your back. These are a little bit bent, but I mean, it's so soft, it's copper. You can bend it any way you want. This is what it looks like as a bracelet. So it's just about as wide as my arm. I have like a 6.25 inch wrist. But yeah. All right. You got one. Congratulations. Usually I pay like $50 each for conchos, so you're getting a good deal. And that's number 7. All right. Run another one. Thank you. More. All right, I'm going to run another one because there were people bidding. We want everyone to get one that wants them. This has got a cool stone. All right. This one, I'm going to run it. Look at the stone. It's got like bicolored, like dark and light. It's very subtle, but you can see different colors of turquoise in there. Here's the back of it. It's got some patina. These are probably from the 70s or 80s. I like how whenever you see the bezel coming over the top of the stone like that, it's a little bit earlier. They weren't worried about um, conserving on silver back in those days. So yeah, I'd say probably in the 1970s. All right. Thank you very much. Put this one in here. All right, I've got 4 of them left. Keep going. This one's got like a almost a minty green colored stone in it. This one's really cool. Look at that. So that's different than like that's a different line because this is like Sleeping Beauty, and that's more of a minty green. So we'll do minty green next. I have Navajo pearls up here. I can, but none of them are stamped. No, I do have a stamped pair. I can show them to you. Let me run these conchos and then I'll pull the Navajo pearls. And then here's the back, also with patina. Nice wide straps. Congratulations. Yeah, that was a good stone. I like that color. Okay. 3 more conchos and then I'll pull down the pearls. I have a hard time finding those, and they are very, very popular right now. Okay, here's the Sleeping Beauty that I showed you with some nice matrix, nice wide bezel coming up over the top of the stone, and it's running. Same stamping design. There's the back. I'm looking to see if there's any artist marks on there. Nope, it had to be on the buckle. Look at that nice deep bezel. Super pretty. Yeah, I like how well they stamp these. All right, you're getting a set. Cute. All right, congratulations and thank you. Number 10. All right, only 2 conchos left. Now this stone is a little bit oval and the next one's a little bit round. Nice deep Arizona blue. All right, and we will run. There we go. Oh, thanks. It's the combination of gray hair and blonde hair all mixed in. I got silver and gold. I don't dye my hair. I just let it do its thing, and it's doing it. So we got a nice Nice deep bezel. Here's the back. Congratulations. We got one left. One left looking for a home. All right, let's see. All right. Oh, I put it over here. All right, this one's got a round stone, a really cool. I don't know if you can see, but it's almost got an ombre thing going on here. Last one. All right, and we're running. Last concho. Finding rectangular conchos like that is a little harder than finding oval ones. So yeah, there's your bezel, how tall it is. Nice secure stone in there. Last one. Yay, you got one. Congratulations. And then we'll pull down the pearls. Drea, I'm glad you're here. All right, the pearls are up here. So this is my best pair. They're old Navajo ones and they're stuck on another pair. So bear with me. I've got Navajo and Pasco. I got hooked on the other. Look at this. All right. So all of a sudden, people are asking me for these people that I know at the ranch, people that I know that are going out line dancing. They all want Navajo pearls. So it must be a thing that I'm just not hip to, but I've always loved them. All right. So these are a choker and they're very early. You can see really closely that they are stamp decorated, very worn. They're stamp decorated up to here. Wait, let's see, up to here. The way you can tell that they're really early is when you look at these, when you see these really crumply and this little lip here on the edge of the hole, this means that they're earlier. They were made in halves and then the hole was punched from the inside out before they were soldered together instead of being machined. So these are all 100% handmade, hand stamped, hand hammered into shape. So these are, yeah, these are really good. The patina is incredible. And these are 14 inches long. So if you want me to run them, I have to make a listing for them because I'd have to start them at 400. If you're interested, let me know and I'll run them. Otherwise, they'll be here on my desk. So that's the story with those. I just can't find them anymore. And when I do, they are 800, 900. I can't afford to buy them. So yeah. Okay, on to the next. All right, we did some Native American. Let's do a couple of Mexican things and then we'll go back. All right, this is Mexican. This is so pretty. This is inlay. What others do I have? So I have, these are the ones I have left. I have almost sold out. So um, all of them are Tosco instead, except for these are Native American. They're very big. I believe I have them loaded up at Whatnot. I'm just not having them show. I can, but I don't know if I can add them once I'm started. But I can also after the show I can put them in there. They have a buy it now price. What size on the long pair? This one right here. This is, let's see, 26 inches. Let me pull it up on my website and see how much they are. That's the best way to go. And I can see what I paid and what my rock bottom would be. Let's see. Bear with me. There's the stamped ones. Okay. My rock bottom on these, I would start them at 300. That's just about what I paid. Do you want me to run them? Okay, let me go here and find it. So I think I have one that says starts at 300. Yes. Okay. There we go. Running with a starting bid of 300. Nice patina too. Yes, here's your Native American cones. Whoops, with the stamping. They're not marked. These are hardly ever marked. The older ones especially are not marked. You'd have to get a brand new pair to have a mark on them. Um, a lot of times these were made for their own use and they never marked stuff for themselves. They did that for tourists. So yeah, this is how they look on. So they're a good length. I love this. I love the patina. You don't want to polish them because you'll devalue them. You leave them looking in their, oh, congratulations. Leave them in their original patina. That's one thing with Native American silver. The Native Americans will want to polish everything, but we don't like them that way, and that does devalue. All right, yeah, that was a really good deal. Number 1, congratulations. So when I ship these, and just so you guys know, and some of you probably already know from buying from me, when I don't have a box that's big enough for these, you will get your order in a basket. It might come in a little wire basket. It might come in a little antique tin. Whatever will protect your item, you get a little bonus item that'll be shipped in. So this will be shipped in a little bonus item of some sort. So yeah, just so you know. Yeah, that was a really good deal. But I've had them a little while, and I'm willing to let things go at what I paid and take that money and go buy something else. So I'm happy with that. All right, so back to little Mexican swan pin. So we see this is beautiful abalone, and this is chip mosaic. And it looks like there's some turquoise in there, and there's some serpentine, and probably some malachite. They're really tiny chips. So the beak is the same thing, and then we've got this beautiful stuff. It's got a really nice hallmark. It looks like it says Diaz, put it that way, but it's backwards for you guys. That's the size of it. Super elegant, pretty old pin. It has a locking clasp, and it's a little bit, looks like it might be a little bent, but it works. Let's try it. Yeah, it still works. So anyway, this is probably from the 50s. And we will not start that at 300. Let's see. Let's go back down here. We'll start that at $10. And I know I paid 25 for that. So is it running? Yeah, it's running. So super pretty. Nobody likes the swan. Well, that's okay. Oh, all right. Swan's gonna get a home. Look at that purple in there. The color of this abalone is really, really superior. Excellent color. I always look for that when I look at abalone. I mean, this is Mexican abalone, but this is up to the New Zealand style as far as quality. I always look for something that's really bright like that. So yeah. And here's your back again. There's your Diaz mark, sterling. I don't think it had an inlay eye. It's just drilled because there's no marking of any inlay ever being in there. So usually you'll see a glue mark or you'll see remnants of something, and I think it's just drilled. Okay, number 3. Okay, this was made in Mexico too. This is a pendant, and it's a photo ball. This one's a little bit wonky, as you can see, just a little bit. So you pull these out here and you put all your photos in here. Looks like it holds 6. Yeah, 6. And there's the back side. And there's probably some Mexican marks somewhere here. There they are, right there. It's got, let's see if it's got any dents or anything. It looks like it's got a little bit of denting going on here. This is an older one. So anyway, here's the photo ball. Made in Mexico. And these have to snap in here. It's just a little loose and been worn a lot. So photo ball starting at $10 and running. So I'll show you again. This is all hand stamped on there too. So there we go. It looks like it may have had some photos in it. Looks like it may have had some kids' school pictures or something glued in there. So now you can put your own pictures in here. And there's your marks again, your hallmark. All right. Welcome back, Jack's Jewelry. Glad to see you back. Number 4. All right, let's go back to Native American. All right, I'm going to do something a little bit more costly, but it's really cool. All right, this is an old Navajo bracelet. This is called Seafoam Turquoise. This turquoise has not been polished. It has not been anything. It is natural. This is an old hand cut bezel. Some of them are poked, some of are it's just all different shapes to get that stone in there. You can see that some are rounded, they're all different sizes. This has turned green, it's being touched. Yes, I can. This is carinated. See the bars back here. Oops, right there. That keeps it nice and strong. So the size on this cuff is for a bigger wrist, I do believe. This is a 6 3/4, but you can see there's some, whoops, we'll try that again. 6 3/4, but you can see that there's some play right here. So I would probably push that to a 7. And it also, it'll move a little bit. You can adjust this a little. So this is super nice, super early 1960s twisted wire. It's and these are all raindrops. Let's see. Let's start this at, oh, I'm going to be ridiculous and start it at 75. All right, it's running. So yeah, super nice. I love the nodules, and just this is all, this polish is from being touched. So this will go up to a 7 inch, maybe even a little bigger because you can move it. Super great piece. You want to see it on. Super pretty. I love a good natural stone, I'm telling you. Excellent natural stone. You're not going to find things like this in the new stuff coming out of the Southwest. This stone, it took a long time to get that way. That was a really, really good buy. You got a great deal. And you've been my customer for a long time, Deborah. So you know what? Good. Okay. Killer deal. All right. Now I'm going to do another little bracelet that has nothing to do with Mexico or Native American. I just grabbed it. It's a hammered chain, all handmade. I don't know who made it, but it's just a really cool looking thing. And I just grabbed it out of my inventory this afternoon. I thought, I'm going to put that in there. So let's see how long it is. It is for a 7 inch wrist, but it's going to be tight on a 7 inch wrist. So you probably want to be 6.5 to 6 3/4. These guys kind of tumble around and change shape. So like that. So yeah, we'll start this at, it's pretty heavy. I'm going to start it at 25 just because of the weight. And there we go. Cute bracelet. Good amount of silver here. And it's all hammered. So you can see that every link is hand formed and hand hammered. Just a good artisan piece. I wish I knew who made it, but I sure don't. My fire in the fireplace is still pathetic, by the way. So super cute. That's how it looks on. It'll change and tumble around and be very cool. So yeah. 1 second left. All right. Congratulations. You know what I need to do? I need to do another giveaway. Let's go do that. Giveaway. Mystery item number 2, and it's running. Number 13. All right. Now, I also have a couple of really cool necklaces. I brought some chains today, all kinds of different stuff, so we could just mix it up. So this chain, I'm going to do this and I'll get back to some Native American. This is a super long chain, sterling silver, with all these little, they're not balls, but little flat medallions hanging from it. It's very long. I want to see what the marking is on here to see if it's got just 925. So we just have to go with that. This girl is 44 inches long. So you can double her up. And I'm going to double her up so you can see her better. But yeah, I mean, she's got kind of a satin finish. You could polish it and get more of a shine, but I think she's supposed to be satin. But yeah, can you imagine for Christmas how pretty that is? That's like a little Christmas tree around your neck. Anyway, we're going to start her at, let's see, we're going to start her at 25. There we go. Look at that little sparkly thing going on there. So it's very long. I mean, it's not as long as my little tape measure necklace, but darn close. It does have a clasp. It doesn't need one, but it has one. I guess if you wanted to double it up, the clasp would be really good for that. So yeah, that makes sense. 1 second left. All right, sold for 56 to John. Thank you. How are we doing? Oh, we got 3 minutes left. Okay. Number 14. All right, here's something totally different. I was going to go back to the native, but one more piece. This is really cool. This is a ruby. I believe these come out of Africa. This is a really good size. Look at that. Sterling silver. It is marked. I think it's marked. Let me check. Some of these things aren't. No, but don't. Yep, it is. It's marked right here. So nice. No, this is a ruby. It's a Ethiopian ruby or something like that that has so much inclusions that they can't make, fine jewelry out of it, but it's pretty fine to me. So yeah, it's a ruby. I don't have any purple spiny oyster right now. I only had one piece and it sold. All right, so we're going to start this at, I'm going to start it low because why not? $10 start. That is a genuine ruby. I checked it. It comes out corundum. It is a ruby. I love the way it's faceted on the side. Look at that sparkle. Nice tarnish free sterling silver setting. Little point just comes out just a little bit past the edge, but it's not bad there. I do watch for purple spiny oyster though, whenever I can find it, because it is very popular. So is sugilite, and sugilite is so hard to find because most of the mines are closed now. But whenever I can find it, I snag it. I was at a jump show not in Tucson, Quartzite, and little tiny pieces of sugilite were so expensive. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Oh, back up to 9. It's a pretty big. I mean, that's a hunk of ruby. That's going to be a little statement piece there. Isn't that pretty? And there's the back again. All right. That was a good get. That was a good deal. That's not something I ever find that often. But when I find cool things like that, gotta have it. All right. Now we'll do some native and then we'll do some Mexico. All right. This is a more costly one, so you tell me if you want me to run it or not. This is Native American. These are all sterling silver, little tiny Hogan beads. Really nice turquoise, nice polish to them. Chain, and then you've got your big cones. Oh, here comes the giveaway. Dun, 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 dun. All right, Jen, congratulations. All right, so this is it's 22 inches long. I'd have to start this at 100. Are you interested? Should I run it? You're welcome. I'll pick something real good for you. Should I run this or leave it on my website? Looks like don't run it. Okay, it's going back on the website. We're not going to run that. All right. I have a couple more necklaces that are higher end that I'm going to show you. I didn't know if I should run them or not, but I can always ask. All right, this is a real early one as well. So it's kind of a takeoff on the squash blossom. This is all hand done. So when you see these little circles like this, that's actually a belt loop punch, hole punch. This is called skip work here, these little lines. This was all done by hand. That's a good piece of spiderweb turquoise with a natural seafoam edge. All of these are all natural. Look at these stones. Incredible. I'm going to go real slow. All right. These are called pinions because they're shaped after the pinyon pine seed, and then these are little tiny hogans, and then it's got the 1970s barrel clasp. It looks like somebody probably replaced it because a lot of people don't like the Native American clasp because they don't um, lock. So this is super pretty. I have to start this at 200. Should I run it? And I believe, is that a hallmark on there? Run it or don't run it. Okay. No, I would not polish this. Let me tell you how long it is. You want to leave the patina intact because that is proof of age. And there's so many, it's 22 inches. There's so many reproductions out there. You want to be able to prove that, yeah, this is an old piece because you can't buy that patina. All right, let's see if I've got one that starts at 200 here. Ah, shoot, there's only one that's 250. I wonder if I can change that. I'm going to see if I can change that. Edit listing. All right, let's see. It might, I think I tried to do this before and I had to, let's see. I don't see where it's saying the price. Quantity available. Oh, I'm so lame sometimes. It's not saying where type, quantity available. Dun, 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 the starting bid. There we go. Okay. All right. Save changes. Now I'm going to run it, but it might start at 250 because sometimes it does that. I don't know why. So if it does it, don't bid and we'll rerun it again at 200. All right, let's try it. Start auction and running. Let's see what it did. Yay, it worked. I did it right. Do, do, do. Happy dance. So this is a good early one. All these scallops here were hand cut. This little pulled wire thing was soldered on here. And this is coral, by the way. So yeah, 1970s. Pinion beads, Hogan's. Oh, look at that one's heart shaped. How cool is that? I love how they just use these nuggets as their natural shape. And you can see a lot of matrix in here. Look at that. I'm trying to get these stones so you can see all that spider web matrix. Super cool. Great patina. All right, 1 second left. We have a winner. Congratulations. That was a good get. Absolutely. I don't find stuff like this that often, but they need to go to homes. They don't need to sit on my website forever. So, all right, let's go into a happy home. All right, we'll do some little things. Let's see. Okay, here's a little thing. All right, this is Hallmarked. L conjoined LP. I don't know who that is. I used to memorize all that stuff, but getting old now. This has got a really nice piece of turquoise. This may very well be a lower end number 8, just because looking at the color and the natural shine that it's got. This is a little desert tortoise. He is hollow and backed. There's your hallmark, and it's got a nice long pin. So this little guy I'm going to start at. Isn't it great? I look for really good quality turquoise. All right, we're going to start this at 25, which is what I paid. There's how high the stone sticks up. Love this kind of patina where it's got the satin finish. That's just patina. That's nothing more. I mean, you can make it shiny, but don't polish the stuff. Not unless it's got so much tarnish that it's actually hurting the silver. So yeah, that's really cool. Really cute little guy. Nice stamp. I'm going to try to get a little bit closer so you can see the stamps. One. All right. That was a good deal. Congratulations. I know it's going to a good home. I just have to get this bag open. Right. So be sure to mark my shows coming up next week, and then I'll add some more for the next week. I showed when I first started that I just got a box of jewelry in the mail today from one of my favorite pickers. I couldn't see her at the last flea market because it got rained out. So we did a buying session over our phones with videos and pictures, and I bought some really great things. So I'll be unpacking that sometime this week. And for John, there are 2 pieces of garnet pieces in there. So yeah, pretty cool. All right, let's see what this was made in Tosco. The number is TA41. So it's a good early one. T stands for Tosco. A is the first name of the person that made it. And 41 is their assay number. It's an early assay number. So this is a pretty early one. So is this hammered? No, I don't see any hammering. So cute little piece. I like these because you can wear them next to your watch and it makes room for your watch. So I always call these watch bracelets because you can wear them and they don't bang against your watch. This is, it is a size 6 3/4. All right. And we will start this at, just because of the weight, I'm going to start it at 25 because it's pretty thick. Look at that. That's a pretty good hunk of silver. So the watch bracelet, I do have earrings. I'll do some earrings next. I also have a very old earring and necklace set. You know what? I think I got this on Amazon and I don't even remember what the power is. Oh, there it is. I'll show you. It'll be backwards, but it's great. I really like it. Good old Amazon. All right, 1 second left. Nope. So there we go. There it is next to the watch. Nice watch bracelet. It's okay to polish this and make it real shiny. Jack's Jewelry, thank you. Unless it's super early, I'm good with the Mexican silver being polished, but it's real early. I like to leave the patina intact. Jack's number 16. All right, let's do some earrings. I've got earrings, let me tell you. First, I'll do a pair of Mexican earrings. I don't know if I put a lot of Native American ones. I've got 2 racks of earrings that I have to start pulling from for you guys. All right, these were part of a set, and I had to break the set up. I don't remember why, but there was a big pendant and there was a bracelet, and these were the earrings that went with it. These are Mexican, and those are beautiful grape amethyst. Aren't those pretty? So I think all the heavy duty markings were, yeah, there's just a 925 on here. Were on the other pieces, but yeah, these are super nice, and they're thick, nice little domes. All right, so here's the first pair of earrings. Nice patina. I'm going to start these at 25. All right. Show again. Show what again? Hi, Ken Seth. How you doing? Oh, the magnifying glass. Sure. As soon as I get these off the screen, I'll show you my magnifying glass. Screenshot it, and I bet you'll be able to Google it and find out. Jewelry chest is here. Hey, sweetie, how you doing? All right, that was a good get. I know I paid a lot more for those, but it is what it is. I always believe that something is only worth what somebody is willing to pay you for it right now. So that's the way it goes. All right, I'll show you. Okay, so here's the thing. All right, snag a picture of it. Made in Germany. Screenshot it. It's heavy. It's metal, and I'm almost certain that I got it on Amazon. Did you screenshot it? It's so much better than those little ones. Like I have these little guys, but I like this guy a lot. So it's on my desk all the time. All right, more earrings. I have all different kinds, but I didn't put a whole lot in here. We have to do an earring show because I have so many earrings. Okay. I believe the center of these are just glass. I don't think it's chrysoprase or anything. These are pierced post, little fancy things. There we go. So there's the back. So they're pretty good size. I'm going to start these at a deal. I'm going to start them at $10. All right, there we go. So yeah, those are really cute. And these have a patina too. You can shine those up pretty easily. You might be surprised. Those could be chrysoprase, blue chrysoprase, but I think it's glass. That one time I tested them, can't remember. But yeah, nice big size. That was a good buy. Congratulations and thank you. All right, let me write that down. Number 6. All right, I'm going to show you a really cool pair of earrings, but this isn't cheap. These are really old. They're Native American. It's an earring and necklace set. I have to get them set up here on my hands. Oh, I'm going to hold a necklace and a pair of earrings at the same time. Watch me drop them. All right, these are really good. They're Zuni. You ready? Look at these. This one's not turning right because I'm not holding onto it well. But yeah, this is a killer set. So these are all very primitively done. My hand's cramping up, by the way. This part here's handmade. This chain is not original, but it's been on there a long time. It was on it when I got it, and it's got the same amount of patina. So here's the necklace. You can see how primitive that is. There's the back. Here's the side, each little square put in there. I love squares and rectangles and fun shapes like that. Here's one earring. Okay. The different colors of the turquoise changed over time. It was probably a little bluer and all the same color when they started way back when they were made. And here's the other one. I have to start these at 125. Should I run them? The whole set. Run them, yes or no? I'm going to take that as a no. Okay, don't run them. Okay. I'll do a couple more pairs of earrings and we'll go on to some more bracelets. This is a pair of hoops. They need to be polished. They will be very shiny. Here's the size. Let's see, I'm going to start these at $10. And there we go. Sterling silver, really pretty hoops, can be polished to a high shine. Super pretty. I like the patina. So I wouldn't polish those. I kind of like them to be silky looking. But not everybody's like that. They are hollow, so they're not going to be real heavy on your ears. Going to get a drink of my tea. I'm into the mint tea at Starbucks now. All right. Congratulations. Welcome back. Block number 7. You know what we haven't done? We haven't done any rings. So silly me. All right, let's do a Mexican one first. This has been in my inventory forever without a listing. I don't know what happened, but this is Mexican. Oops, let me get my face out of here. Chip mosaic. All right. It's a bypass, so you can adjust it. I'm going to try to get it so you can see it's full of markings. So the markings start right here. It's a little circle there. And then there's an eagle stamp, very, very well marked. I'll read and see what the eagle stamp says. It is a number 3 eagle stamp, which means it was made in Tosco. And it is a size 10 right now. You can definitely adjust the size on this. We're going to start this at 25, and it's running. Super pretty. And that is turquoise mosaic. You can squeeze these guys together more. If you want them close together, you can do that. It's very pliable, so you can kind of reshape it the way you want. You can make it smaller, you can make it bigger. Look at that patina on the back. Proof of age. Nice black patina back there. I'm trying to get my face out of here so you can see it. There we go. Really nice. All right, Kelly, congratulations. Thank you. Right. Forgot to write the 6 and number 18. Let's run another giveaway. All right, and it's running. Another surprise item that I will pick when I'm shipping. Let's do another ring. Here's a turquoise ring. It is a size 5. There's the little guy. Oops, I just dropped it. Got it. Okay, this is a size 5, just your basic turquoise ring, handmade shank, cold chisel split, cute little thing, size 5. Here's the back. And we're going to start that really low because why not? We're going to start it at $10. Good little gifty ring. I love when I find these and they're not cracked because these long, narrow stones usually have a crack. But yeah, this is a really cute one. There's how tall the stone is. Just a simple setting with twisted wire rope. Let me see if I can get it real close. Just a little bit of matrix in the stone. Let's see if I can get it any closer here. All right. Congratulations. Okay. Number 8. I've got so many rings here. Why did I forget about rings? Okay. All different kinds too. All right, I'm going to do another Native American and then we'll do, I've got 2 Egyptian revival rings. This one is another one that's been sitting in my ring tray without a listing. So isn't that pretty? This is a 1970s with two feathers. It is signed RB on the back, which is Richard Begay. It is a size 7.75, 7 3/4. Okay, that's how it looks on. And I have no idea what I paid for it. I'm going to start it at 25 because it's a Begay. And there we go. I can't believe I've had this for like forever, just sitting there without a listing. That's one of the things that happens. That's why I'm trying to purge my website because you get too many things on there and listings just start dropping off and you don't even know why. This is a really good piece of coral because it's blood red, nice and dark, and you can see the divots in there, all natural, just with a polish. Yeah, it's a super good one. This is a good deep Arizona blue turquoise as well. Yeah, that's a classic 1975 ring. Oops, a little bit too big for me. You can see that this is a cold chisel split too. So got a good deal on that. Congratulations. That was a good buy. All right. Number 19. All right. I have got this is a little cage ring. It's been sitting in my inventory without anything either. This is a 6.5. Look how cute this little band is. So it's got a little bit of a shape going on here, nice and thick. I just said what size it is. It's a 6. No, it's a 6.5. I didn't remember that I just said that. And I'm going to start that at $10. And I think we have the giveaway going, oh, in less than a minute left on that. So this is really cute. So just got a little bit of a concave shape. $120 earrings. If somebody asked me about a pair of earrings, $120 earrings, please ask again. Sometimes I miss these comments because I'm showing at the same time. Okay. Congratulations. Yeah, I'm not seeing comments. They weren't moving. Running earrings. Oh, you mean the set. Okay, I'll run them. Let me write this down. And we have a winner. Congratulations. I will send you something nice in sterling silver. Yeah, my comments are not moving. That's weird. I'm going to have to manually do that. Okay, so you guys wanted me to run this set. Whoops. Is this the one that we said yes to? No, no gold tonight. I do have turquoise. Yeah, I've missed so many comments. I am so sorry. Okay. Let me see what else I missed, and then I'm going to run these. Yep, that's the one. Yeah. All right. We're going to run them. I'm really sorry about that. I was waiting for someone. I'm like, well, I guess I don't want him because it wasn't moving. And yeah. All right. So I'm going to try to put these in my hands again and not drop them. All right. So this is the real primitive set, real early, and I just dropped one, but it didn't go far. I know. Do you want me to mod you? Do you mind being a mod for me? Because maybe that'll help. As long as you can be here anyway. I'm going to do that real fast. Okay. Let's see. I am going to mod. Okay. Thank you for doing that. Now I'm going to have to go back here. All right. We're going to start this at, I think I said 125 because I don't have one that starts at, I think I have to make them. Bear with me. All make one for it. Let's see. Auction plus, create a temporary listing. And we're going to go set. Sorry, you guys, it's taking so long. Okay. Next. All right. Title, set, auction, starting bid. I'll just go 120 since I have to make a new one. And we're going to go quantity 1. Shipping profile is 1 ounce. All right, I think we're ready to go. We got it added and start. Finally, it's running. So look at that. I'm going to try to get it really close so you can see how primitive this is. Isn't that incredible? All this is done, like these little things right here were made by hand, these little chain pieces. Thank you. I get so upset when I don't know what I'm doing, but it's just a learning curve and everything's all different and I'm learning. I'll get there. All right. Thank you, John. Number. Okay. All right. So yeah, if I miss something that you say, just say it again because I didn't know it would stick like that. That's a new thing. All right, here's another little ring. Oh, well, I tied it like a tie. Isn't that nice? I know you probably want one, but yeah, I pretended like it was like a man's necktie and isn't that handsome? I'm pretty proud of it. But it won't fall off. I dropped my tape measure so many times. Okay, I used to know what this stone is. Thank you. I have one that's more color, it matched my sweater better, but it was vintage and it smelled like somebody's old perfume. So I thought, God, someone else used to do this too. And I couldn't stand the smell. Dishta? I don't think so. It was earlier than that. Yeah, at least it matches my eyes, right? All right. I should know what this stone is, and I don't. I used to, and I don't. So there's that story. Um, It's marked 925 on the back of the band right here, which is unusual. It's it's an agate, but it comes from some special place. It's not a Petoskey agate, it's something else. But anyway, it's a 7 1/4. All right. Nice and shiny, nice silver. Might be a little bit higher than sterling because it's been sitting in the tray with everything else, just not with a listing, and it hasn't tarnished. So I'm thinking it might be a little bit higher. All right, now we're going to start this at $10, a size 7 1/4, and it's running. The mystery stone that I have forgotten what it is, but I like that it looks like a cross. Does anybody know what that is? Oh, yeah, maybe it's good luck. X marks the spot. Yes. So yeah, I don't know what that is, but I'm going to be looking it up. And that is number 10. All right. That was a good get. The mystery stone. All right, let's do a couple more rings. We've got to keep doing rings. We've got so many. Okay, this is probably a trading post piece. Let's check her out and see. Oh, yeah, this is Bell Trading Post. So just a nice classic, but it is definitely handmade so it's an earlier piece. It has the signpost mark and not the bell, but we still have a cold chisel split shank. So it's still got some good age to it. Probably 1950s, maybe 60s. It's a size 7. Okay. So Bell Trading Post, nice piece of fox turquoise. Man's rings. Did I put any? Yep, there's a man's ring in here. There's a couple of really early ones with funky stones. So I'll show you guys those and explain to you about those. I'm going to start this at 10, but I should start it at 25. But there we go. Bell Trading Post. There's the side view. Nice flat ring that won't get in the way. Good early bell post. It was before they started making shanks that were just factory made. So that was still handmade. So that's a good deal. And the raindrops look like they were hand done too, instead of being stamped out. It's a 7 1/4. Can you believe I remembered that? I always forget. Hi, Adrienne. All right, congratulations. It was meant to be yours. Okay. Yeah, it's really good. I think that was a really good score. All right, so I'll show you the men's rings and I'll tell you the story about them. There's two of them and they're super early and I've had them around for years and they're not cheap. But all right, so here's the first one. It's a size 10 1/4. So the stone is cracked, but it's original. I thought about, recently I learned about from Rage Face Forever. She told me about the UV resin that you can use. But I don't know. I just want to leave it natural. This thing is so old. This is from the 1920s. Um, little hole punch. It's got just killer marks. It's really early. So they've kind of just been in my collection. So even though the stone is funky and been through everything, it's so early. The signet ring, it's about 100 years old, and I just, if it was stabilized, this wouldn't have happened. So I don't know if you want me to run it. I think I paid $90 for it. I would start it at 75. Do you want me to run this? It's it's a size 10 1/4. So this is a man's ring. Okay, I'm gonna run it. It's a really good collector piece. All right, we're starting it at 75. There's no sense in me having these things in my collection. I just look at them and look at them. I think they're really cool. But yeah, really good piece. I wouldn't change the stone out. I thought about doing that. Thank you. Yeah, it's just a good early piece. This is the water sign with an arrow. I just love that. I love, love, love the smooth wear on a piece like this. It is just makes my heart sing. So here it is again on old piece. It's just hard for me to pass up something old, even if there's an issue or something, because you're not going to find another one. All right, that was a good get. I hope you enjoy it and take good care of it and leave it for posterity because it's been around for so long. Number 2. All right, now I'm going to show you the other one. It's even older. No, I don't think it is. I take that back. This is not older. Looks like it from the outside, but not from the inside. That one was older. And this is not Native American. This is made by Yunkas, and it's a copy of a Native American ring from the 1920s. It's got a lot of smooth wear, and it's got the same thing going on with the stone. So this is a huge ring. It is a size 12 1/2. I would run this for $50 if anybody wants me to run it. Run it or keep it in the collection. You tell me. Run it? Okay. We're gonna run it at I love that you guys will just tell me That way I'm not running stuff you don't want to see. All right, starting at $50. Yunkas, copy of a Native American ring, beautiful smooth wear, signet ring, great patina. I did not polish this. I left it as found. So there's your smooth wear from that side. This is what it looks like on. This has never been on my website. This has been sitting in my collection along with the other one. There was a time I would just pull stuff and go, oh, that's early. I'm keeping it. But it's kind of silly to do that now. I've got so many. All right, that was a good get. You won't be able to go out and find something old like that with that kind of patina and smooth wear. Just not an easy find. Lock number one. I'm so glad you got that. Let's do another giveaway. All right, let's see. Giveaway. All right, we got another giveaway for their mystery item. It will definitely be Native American. I mean, not Native American. It'll be sterling silver. Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to do one more Native American ring, and then we'll do some. I got necklaces. Oh, I've got some really. I got a cool copper piece too. Okay, so this I had sitting in my inventory for the longest time. I never really looked closely. I thought it was missing raindrops, but it's not. It never had raindrops. It just that was the design of it. This is a really good old piece of malachite. You can see like it's wood. I don't even know. So anyway, it's been sitting there for years thinking it was missing something and it wasn't. It's a 5.5. I'm going to start this at $10. It is Navajo. And I'm in the giveaway section. Here we go. Back up here. Oops. Now what did I do? All right. There we go. Starting at $10. Good old piece of malachite. Look at that. I'm trying to get it close so you can see. And then it's got, this is a natural coloration difference here, but it looks like wood. Super pretty. It is a 5.5. And these are handmade raindrops. And all that time I thought it was missing raindrops. Turquoise buffalo pendant with the onyx arrow. Gosh, I don't know. I can look and I'll send you a message on Instagram. I don't have it out here, but I'll look and see if I have it and I will send you a picture and a price for you. So let me make a little note. Kansas buffalo pendant with arrow. Okay, is that a deal? All right, this is number 12. No problem, anytime. I'll definitely have a discount for you. You provide me with so many great photos. My ladies love you. Um, okay, this is going to be a really cool thing. I've had this a while. Um, this is made in Mexico. It's hollow, double walled, solid copper. There's your Mexico mark. This is so gorgeous. It does not say who made it, but look at this thing. So I have to start this at 75. Do you want me to run it? I'm just going to run it because I'm not seeing my messages. So we'll see. If you guys like it, you'll like it. If you don't, it'll stay on my website. That's the beauty of it all. All right, we're going to run this. It's got a beautiful patina. It's got a little mark there. I don't know what that's about, but this is definitely a good designer Mexico piece. It only says Mexico, so it's got some really good age, probably 1930s. Okay, nobody wanted it. See, I should have listened. All right, here's something that I need to start at about 150. Do you like this? This is a bracelet. I am not 100% sure what mine this is. So you know what? I think it's Pilot Mountain. So there's a I don't think that's it. It looks like a chip, but I think it was always there. Where you can see the chert. That's a good idea. Or if you want it to run. I like that. Thank you. So anyway, I'm going to run this. I'm going to start it at 150. I should start it at 200. I might even have it in there starting higher. Let me see. I have to take it out if I did. No, I didn't. Okay, I'm going to start it at 150. Oh, I don't have 150 start. I'm just going to start it at 100 then. I'm going to take a chance on you guys. All right, I started it at 100. So that is Pilot Mountain. You can see the church, so there's an indentation or a little chippy thing right here, but I think it's always been there. I love this green where it's turned green here. This is with age, but that is one killer stone. This is twisted wire, twisted hammered wire. We need to talk about the size real quick, don't we? And I have 7 seconds to do it, but you can adjust this one. It's a 6.5 right now, but you can probably. Oh, congratulations, Erie M. You won the giveaway. So yeah, this is just a stunning stone. I love this mint. The mint green is like, yeah, I didn't want to take a bunch of time. I'm doing it from my phone. I probably could do it from my computer too. It's sitting here. I'm just not as good as you yet. I don't have the experience that you have. All right, here you can see it on again. Mint green, Pilot Mountain, rusty chert matrix, just gorgeous. That was a good get. Congratulations. You are going to get a lot of compliments from this one. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Leah Lock. You're going to just be a rock star. People are going to be like, oh my God, where'd you get that? And I hope you'll tell them. All right, let's do. This is a little pin. Oh, we've got so many rings to go through, but let me do this little pin. I believe this is Los Castillo. No, I don't think so. I thought this was Los Castillo, but I don't think it is. All right. Oh, 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 there's another markup here. Brochet. You know what? I'm not going to run this because it says the word El. Oh, I know what it is. Okay. So this is Mexico. So this part here is sterling silver. And then they have a little notation that this is not, this is alpaca. So the pin itself is not sterling, which it hardly ever is. There's all your markings. It's rich with markings. Nice little leaf. This is the size, and we're going to start that at 25. And there we go. Just rich with markings. Look at that. Nice locking clasp. Good old Mexican plate piece. I'm trying to see what that says, and I can't. It was made in Tosco. All right. Thank you, John. Doc. Number 20. All right, we're going to do more rings. Ooh, this is a cool one. I've not shown you guys one of these before. This is a size 5. And this is a, we would call this a boulder opal, but this is from the Magdalena mine in Mexico. I think they call them Cantera opals or something, but it's Magdalena mine. So in the original host rock, super pretty. You should see this thing in the sun. It's incredible. Size 5, made in Mexico. I buy these whenever I can find them. I used to find them a lot. I don't now. Um, Very old. Look at all that black tarnish. I just left it on there. You could polish this, nobody would mind. But yeah, so we're gonna start this at you could, but you'd have to have, you know what? I really wouldn't resize it because the stone would have to be unset. I'm gonna start it at 25 and it's gonna be react to heat. So I would leave it this size. You've never seen these before? Oh my gosh. I'll try to get more because they are so gorgeous. All this opal is just like a crystal opal. Somewhere I have a bracelet with this in here. I'll have to look. It's in my collection and I don't wear it, so I can sell that. But yeah, these stones are incredible. That was a good get. Congratulations, Doc. I forgot that you like opals too. I actually have jars of these opals that I got from a guy who brought them up from Mexico, and I'll have to dig those out. Number 21. So more opals, huh? I love the Mexican opals. Okay, I am going to do, this is a different little guy. Let me see if it's marked. I believe this is, oh yeah, this has got a really good mark and I can't read it. Okay, so this is Native American. It is um, Navajo. So you can see the marking right there. It's got a really good mark. I can't make it out though, and it's set with hematite. So isn't that different? It is a size 7 3/4. So really pretty, and we'll start that at $10. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go, and start. Nice detail on this feather too. Someone took some extra time just to make that really look authentic. 7 3/4, hematite, handmade raindrops, cute little ring. We're gonna look at the side of it. I believe it has a, yep, it's got a cold chisel split, so it's hand hammered. Cold chisel split. You can see the little hammer marks on there. Lori, that was a good deal. Congratulations. That's a really special one. I see lots of turquoise out there, but I never see hematite like that. Thank you. Wear it with pride because it's gorgeous. People are going to ask you, what is that stone? Because you can tell it's not onyx. It's got more of a metallic look to it. All right, let's go over here. I wonder where that other earring went. Okay, this is a one that I think I have. I'm going to look up here in my shop. I think I have it in the shop. I just got this not long ago. Why isn't this scrolling? Great. Okay, we're going to do it over here then. I think I stuck it in my shop. Yeah. Okay, so this one I've not had very long. It is Navajo. It's signed. This is Larimar. And these are, they look like moonstones, but I mean, they act like moonstones, but they're actually topaz, very, very pale topaz. I tested them. This is a signed piece. All right, there's your signature there. Too many people use a B, so I'm not going to even guess who it was. I have to start this at 300. Do you want me to run it? Yes? Okay, we're going to run it. You know it's more expensive on my website. All right, let's run it. I have to find it. Okay, start auction and run. There it goes. This thing is gorgeous. They must just have really shiny silver behind there or something, but these, I swear it looks like moonstones. Isn't that incredible? Super, super nice. All right. Thank you. Congratulations. I will take it off that website right away. I don't think I've even had this a week. Number, oh, it doesn't have a number. That was great. That is such a gorgeous, it's stunning. When you have it on in the sun, it's just like, wow, those stones. Okay, let's do a ring. When I bought this, this is Tibetan, I think. When I bought it, I was hoping that it was a um, poison ring, but it's not. But it's really cool. It's got these weird little animals on the side, and it's a good hunk of jewelry here. It's a size. So I bought it because I had turquoise and um, coral. It's a 6 3/4, but I would call it 6 1/2. You can see that this natural stone, it's got the little striations and little holes and things that coral has. So it's the real deal. I said what size it is. Do I remember what I just said? A 6 1/2, but it could be pushed to a 6 3/4. All right, I'm going to start that at a mirror. Let's see, auction. I'm going to start it at 35. And there's how big the dome is. Look at those little animals. Is that incredible? It's all built up. Or it almost looks like it's a cat, the face. I don't know what all this is about. All right. Congratulations. You got a good deal at 35. That was one of the scores of the night, I think. It's a good heavy rain. Maybe a monkey. Yeah. Curated chaos. That's cute. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that was a total steal. All right. Let's see. I'm going to pop this up here and then we'll do a necklace. This is a wire work. It's marked 925. It isn't marked Mexico, but I just liked it. So a wire work ring, size 10. Okay, so here's the 3D version. Okay. I'm going to start that at $10. Start them low whenever you can. All right, there you go. Size 10. Helps me with stuff. Like if I told everyone to look away. That's funny. That might have been what happened. Like she's posting right now the size. She knows that I forget after I tell you. They can pin comments. Like my comments stopped showing and she was able to tell me, hey, you're missing your comments. Yeah. So it's wonderful. But the moderator could tell you more about it than I can because I'm too new. All right. Love to shop. Well, I'm glad you love to shop with me. Number 14. Okay, so I said I was to do necklaces. Before I get into a Native American, you want to see what's in the box? Remember I showed you I have a box and there's something really special in here? You want to see what it is? It's made in Mexico and Tosco. Hi, how you doing? All right, you ready? Look at this. All opals. They are man-made opals in all different colors. You should see this thing in the sun. Isn't this gorgeous? Isn't that something else? I wish I had better lighting here for you, but you can see that this is gorgeous. And I'm trying to find, while showing you, I'm trying to find the marks. They're probably there's marks right here. I don't think it's extremely old, but it's definitely something else. So I have to start this at 200 and I'm going to run it even if without asking. Oh, I ran it for 30 seconds though. So anyway, this is lab created opal in all different colors. I'm going to bring it up real close. Try to get my face out of here so you can see these stones. Isn't that pretty? That color right there is just incredible. Oh, yes, we need a length, don't we? It probably is choker length. Yep, it's 16 inches. So choker length. All right, nobody wanted it. All right, well, it's still on my website and it will be there for somebody's Christmas present. And we will put that away. All right, we're going back to Native American. Okay, here's the story with this piece. This piece is really super old. Look at that. And look at how they put the pendant on. It's just done with like string, like a dental floss type stuff. These are super old beads. Look at that, the solder marks. Very, very old piece. As soon as I brought it home, so it does have a problem and it has matching earrings too. And the earrings were, you can tell the person that I bought it from put wires on here that it was probably screwbacks. But when I brought it home, it broke right here at the clasp. So I had to restring it. So the clasp is funky the way I did it, but I wanted to keep the original clasp on here. So it's been restrung. It won't break, but that does, that's a problem that it's been restrung. So this is really, really primitive. Matching earrings. Let me tell you how long it is. I'm going to start it at under what I paid because I had to restring it. It's 24 inches. This is some killer turquoise. So I'm going to get a better look at it. Is that hilarious the way they did that? So primitive. Really nice turquoise. Nice matrix. Okay, let me show you the earrings and then we'll run it. All right, so these are all early beads. I love the patina. So there's the earrings. All right, I'm going to straight up tell you I paid $250 for this. I'm going to start it at 100. And there we go. I think I got that stuck on 30 seconds again. I got to fix that. Yeah. Super early, great piece of turquoise, very chunky, good, good. Look at these solders on these early beads. Just killer. Killer, killer old beads. You don't find beads like this on new things at all. And these are long. I don't think these are pinions. These are a little bit different shape, but look at those edges. Just early, early beads. Let me go back a little bit so you can see. And here's the matching earrings. So you get the set. And these are saucer beads down here by the pendant. Do you see they're a little bit different? Old saucer beads. So yeah, this is definitely a conversation piece. Yes, yes, that's me. I don't know if I'm supposed to. I mean, I asked them if I could talk about it because when they approached me, I said, well, I definitely need to purge my website. Am I allowed to say I have a website? But I'm not pushing it. I'm just, telling you where things came from, why I have so much stuff. So this thing is so gorgeous. Very good set. Okay, here's the other side. Look at the early beads. Look at the patina. These solders, I mean, these beads are old. They could be close to 100 years old. There's some dents in a couple of them. Really good old ones. And I did restring it, so it's not going to break on you. All right. That was a great deal. Congratulations. I know you're going to love this piece. It's you don't find things like this old out there. All right. To find this is, yeah, that was a killer deal. And I'm sorry that I had to restring it, but I'm glad it happened to me instead of shipping it to you and then having it break. That would have been a bummer. So it's better if it does it here so I can fix it. Okay, let's see. Let's do a couple pairs of, no, here's a bracelet. We'll do a quick while I'm looking at these earrings. Okay, this little bracelet, just a cute little hammered silver bracelet, not Mexican, not Native American, just sitting there without a listing. It is squeezing at 7 inches. It's marked 925 on the clasp. I'd say for a 6 3/4 inch wrist. And I'm going to start this at $10. Yeah, no, I paid more for it, but whatever. Isn't that cute? That's got some nice sparkle to it. I can see that as a holiday, maybe a New Year's Eve bracelet. Really catches the light with the hammering. So I like it. Look at that sparkle. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, sterling. Absolutely sterling. Marked 925. All right. Congratulations. Kind of sounds like it's raining outside again. It's supposed to stop now. Taking my horse out for a ride first thing in the morning. Better not be raining. We have to go to a place where there's no mud. We have to ride through a neighborhood tomorrow where they've got lots of DG because we can't be taking the horses out in the mud. All right, let's run another giveaway. And it's running. Another giveaway for a surprise sterling silver piece. Here's a pair of earrings. These are 925. All right, I'll do one more thing and then I'll get back to the tribal stuff. All right, these are cute. I just thought of these for Christmas. They've got little hearts and cherubs, or they could be for Valentine's Day. They've got some wear. They're older. Here's the size. $925. Butterfly in that a butterfly or a butterfly Navajo butterfly. So I don't think I didn't pull either. All right, let's start this guy at these little guys at $5. There we go. $5 start on these little sweet cherubs. There's your mark on the back. Did I run that too long? Maybe not. I got the giveaway going. Okay. Trying to hold still so you can focus. There we go. And there's the size. Nice little bit of wear. And there's the back. Cute little earrings, little romantic earrings. All right, congratulations. And be sure to follow me and be sure to bookmark my shows because I got a box of jewelry today in the mail from one of my favorite pickers. And I'll be going through that. My next show is on Tuesday at, I think, 5. I'm not doing it Wednesday because of Stranger Things. We are doing a little family deal with Stranger Things on Wednesday. So, I mean, some things. We love that show. So we're going to be doing that. So it's on Tuesday, and then I have one on Friday, on Black Friday. And I have no idea yet what I'm doing for Black Friday, but it'll be something good. All right, tribal stuff. Let's see. That's not tribal. Well, there's one more necklace, but we'll wait for a few more minutes on that. Here's a really cute bracelet that didn't have a listing on my website. Look at that green. That may be Gaspiite, but it might be green, apple green turquoise as well. It is signed SA inside and sterling, box letters, so it's a little older than you would think. There's what it looks like on, and we will see what size it is. It's a size 6 1/4. It is no jade today. I don't do a lot of jade because I don't know enough about it. Jade is something you really have to know your stuff because you can have a really valuable piece right next to a piece that's not and not know the difference. I'm going to start this at $50. I should start it at 100, but we're starting it at 50. Good piece of apple green. There we go. Get myself out of here. Good stacker too, and it's nice and heavy. This edging, this twister wire edging is nice and strong. So see how thick that is? Super nice piece. See it on again. So that's nice. And that color is just Stunning. That's a like a little fireball of a stone because the color is so piercing. All right, congratulations. That was a good deal. $75 for a turquoise bracelet, you bet. And I'm glad to see you here. Feel free to make requests too, because I'm a picker. I have pickers, but I'm also a picker. I may go out next weekend buying, depending on what's going on with the holiday and all that. So if there's things you're looking for, please state it in the feed and I'll remember. All right, here's another ring. Gosh, I don't remember what I paid for this. Ah, congratulations. I'll send you something really good, I promise. All right, so this is opal and that is lab created opal. And this green stone, I have no idea what that is. It's definitely nodule, but I don't know what that is. And I'm not going to say that it's turquoise. So I'm just going to say it's a mystery stone. All right, and this is a size 9. I don't know if that's a composite stone or if that's a, yeah, it's natural. But that green is something else. All right, so there's some wear to the stone right here on the edge. So you see some chipping. So there's a call out here. I do not remember what size I said it was, and I just sized it. It's a 9. All right, super pretty. Call out. I'm going to try to get it really close so you can see the call out. Where is it? Okay. See on the edge right there? It's got some wear, a little chipping. So we're going to start this at, I'm going to start it at 35. What the heck? So yeah, super pretty. Really pretty. It's got some age. It's got some good tarnish going on here. Let's see if we see. There's your sterling mark. Probably from the 1980s, maybe 90s, but super pretty. Nice bright color. And you can see that opal just is the star of the show there. All right, Mughal, congratulations. And that is number 3. Okay, I'm going to show you another spendy piece. You can tell me if you want me to run it or not. Okay, so here's the chain with pinions, and these are fluted beads, handmade. I love the fluted beads. They remind me of the fluted buttons I used to wear on their old velvet shirts. And here's the pendant. All right, so you've got a dangling drop here, big feathers, and then you've got hishi along the edge. And there's your hallmark. I will start this at what I paid, and I paid 250. Do you want me to run it? Okay. The length of it is, I may have to change a price. Let's see. It is 19 inches long. So let me see if I need to change one of these to a 250. I didn't know if I was even going to show this tonight. I just said it here. Yeah. So I'm going to take the 200 edit listing and we're going to go to 250. Starting bid. I'm going to go back. All right. I think we've got it. Done. Save changes. Okay. Now let's find it again because it disappeared. All right, start auction. Let's see if it starts at 250. It did it. All right, we're running. Super special piece. This is Sleeping Beauty turquoise. And look at that nice handmade he-she. All of them, they're all perfect, perfectly matched to fit into this bezel. Isn't that pretty? And then, of course, you've got your handmade beads. These, I love finding them, and I don't find them that often because I think they're probably hard to make because you've got to make them in halves and you've got to make every little one of these ridges line up or they don't look right. So, yeah, this is a really good piece. And you've got your little, all right, Mughal, congratulations. In she goes. Yeah, that was fantastic. You're gonna love that. And that's number 2. All right. Let's do some more rings. Oh, I got a really cool chain up here. Let's do this. I just got this chain. It is so long. See if I can do this without it getting caught. Okay. If any of you are on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram because I will show pictures of what I'm going to have here. Like today, I showed a picture of the group shot of what we have. So look at this chain. It's got all these little rings hanging on it. It's tarnished a bit, and I just left it. This thing is so long, and the little rings that are on it are textured. I mean, somebody put a lot of work into making this. So it's got a clasp, and the clasp is probably marked 925. I see it. I just want to confirm. Yep, 925 clasp. Looks like it might, the font tells me it's probably made in Italy. Oh no, this is too long for my necklace. It is almost 60 inches long. Is that crazy? So long. So you can double it up and probably triple it up. So you could dip it if you wanted to be a shiny silver, or you could leave it the way it is in patina. I'm going to start this at, it's pretty heavy. I'm going to start it at 50. The 60-inch chain with rings. Isn't that crazy? I just had to have that. I'm like, that is so different. Double it up, triple it up, or wear it long. All right. Congratulations. You got it at cost. Number 3. All right. This is Native American. This is copper. And this is a really cool early piece. So it's hand stamped decorate. This is a man's a bigger man's size bracelet. See all these? Let me get my face out of here. Look at these marks. And this patina is just killer. I can't see what I'm doing, but I think you can see better. The patina on this piece is to die for. The different colorations. You've got your hallmark here. It's a big bracelet. It is for a 7 3/4. It would fit in, you could bend it for an 8-inch wrist, no problem. So you can see how big that is. This is a really, really good early piece. And these actually are quite collectible. So you can see more marks back here. There's marks from when they heated up this and they made their own. So these, whenever you see these kind of marks inside of these Native American pieces, a lot of times it's because they heated up and made a slab and made their own sheet out of the metal. So this I have to start a little higher. We'll see if you guys like it or not, but it has to start at 50. That's what I paid, but I just don't find good early pieces like that. I really need to fix that and make it not 30 seconds. But you've got some verdigris on here. Super good early piece. If you've got arthritis and you want to wear some copper, this is your thing. This has never been on my website. I've not had it very long. So if you don't want it, that's where it's going. Yeah, I will. I just keep forgetting. I know I'm supposed to do that. Going on the website. I will definitely, next time I do that, edit the time. All right, here's something that is in sterling silver. It's got Coco Pelli. It is marked CB, and it's got the C is bigger than the B. We can look that up online. This has got the more modern hallmark on here. So this is probably from 2000, and it's got a nice texture. So I'm going to start this at 35. Okay, I'm going to edit down to 15. There we go, and start. So there's how thick it is. It's a good hunk of silver. Nice etched Coco Pelli's. Coco Pelli's the guy. If you're dealing with infertility, he's the god who's supposed to help you get preggers. So yeah, if you don't want to get pregnant, you probably don't want to have him around, huh? I don't know. But yeah, Coco Pelli. All right, that was a good deal. Congratulations, that was a great buy. Number 4. All right, I'm gonna go back to rings. I've got two, in fact, I've got 3 pieces that are Egyptian revival, and I'll do them all together. So 2 rings and a bracelet. So this is a pretty good old piece. This is a scarab. It's got some good wear. Let me get my face out of here. And in the back, it's got all the scarab marks on it. I love the bird. Let me see if it's got marks. Yeah, it's got marks inside. I'll grab my loop and see if they're Egyptian marks or American marks. It says sterling, and it's got Egyptian mark in it, so it's got both. It is a size 8.5, and this is solid silver. This is not hollow. All right, so 8.5, Egyptian revival, scarab beetle ring, solid sterling silver. I'm starting this at 25, just because I know what I paid for it because of the weight. Here's the side view. I hardly ever find these anymore, and people are asking me for them. So there you go. There's the front. It's got some smooth wear. It doesn't have any tarnish, and that tells me that it's probably a little bit higher, like 950 silver. That was a good deal. You scored. And I'm glad to see you're still here. 4, 1, 1, 1, 2. I never remember how many ones to put. Okay. All right. The next Egyptian revival is this. This is a big bracelet. I'm looking for marks. So look at this with ox and sphinx. All right, so I have to check the outside of the bracelet because if it was made in Egypt, a lot of times they stamp the outside. Yep, there it is. So there's your Egyptian marks right there. This is a big bracelet. This is definitely a unisex piece. And it is a size 8.25. So this is a big thing. Look at that. All right. There's the side view. I'm going to start this at 35. There's your marks. I can't get it any closer. Get rid of it. It's going to be an Egyptian anyway. So unless you read Egyptian, but there's a lot of onks on there. I know. Halola. All right. That was a good get. Number 5. Yeah, that was really good. Congratulations. All right, here's the last Egyptian revival piece. I'm just looking to see if there's marks. Okay, it's from Egypt. It's got Egyptian marks on it. I'll show you. And it's a size, it's a small one. It's like a size 3. But this has a scarab beetle bead. I don't know for sure if this is a vintage or antique bead. I would guess that it is. But that's only a guess. All right, your Egyptian marks are right here. And I said what size it is. I think it's a 3. Yeah, it's a size 3. So this is a tiny little thing. All right, we're going to start this at $10. So that could be a relic. I don't know. It's not something I like the way this prong goes inside the bead hole. Could be a repurposed bead. I don't know. Not something I've learned about, so I'm not going to pretend to know about it. But I just thought it was cool, so I picked that up. There's this view. It's got like some hand wrapping or something going on there. And there's that view. There's the side. And there it is on. Do you guys think that's a relic? Do you know anything about it? Yeah, it's really nice. But it feels like, like old clay or something. So it could be. It could be a relic. If you find any more out about it, please share. I'd love to know. Google that and see. I don't know how they tell the difference between the relics and the non-relics. $16. All right, let's see. All right, here is another Native American piece. Okay, this bracelet is shaped very round and you can't bend it because it's got needlepoint. All right. And have we talked about the difference between needlepoint and petty point? Needlepoint is a straight shape and a petty point would be more shaped like a teardrop. So these are needlepoint. And the size is 6.5. I'll show you how it looks on. That's how it looks on. I'm going to start this at 75. I paid 125 for it. It was just one of those days where I'm like, okay, I'll just buy everything. So we're starting it at 75. And there we go. Zuni needlepoint. I love how everything's a little bit off. It's not absolutely perfect. It gives it kind of a primitive look. This is an older shape, older design. Here's your side view. All right, congratulations. Here we go. Okay, this one, I believe I put on here. This one isn't cheap. I just got this. This is a killer stone. This is Dry Creek. Dry Creek went on later, the same area, to produce white buffalo. This is always the lightest blue turquoise you're ever going to find. These are all handmade raindrops. I did put this on my website. It is not cheap. The starting bid would be 300. This is what it looks like. Tell me if you want me to run it. If not, it'll stay where it is, but I wanted you guys to see it because that is a killer stone and I do not find stones like this. Run it or no. Just give me an R and I'll run it. Otherwise, it can stay where it is. It's a nice handmade piece with the twisted wire. I'm thinking that means you don't want me to run it. Too expensive. That's okay. It's for the turquoise collector who wants specific minds. So that is fine, but I wanted to show you. All right, let's go on to a couple of little Mexican pieces. This is so cute. This is a 1920s, 1930s piece, sterling silver, very, very patinized. You see that it says Mexico silver. Super cute border town piece. And we're going to start this at, we'll start it at 10, although I should start it at like 20 or 25, but here we go. Good little old piece. I'm going to bring it closer and closer so you can see the detail. This is a, look at his face. He looks kind of bummed, but he's supposed to be singing and happy. Yeah, this is a really good one. And there's the back with your long pin and your mark. Good early cast piece with stamping after the casting. Welcome if you just showed up. Okay, I'll show the dry creek. Thank you very much for telling me. When this finds a home, we'll pop the dry creek up. Look at his pants are all frilly and stuff. Got little ruffles. All right, that was a really good find. These aren't so easy to find, and I live near the border, and I just never find them anymore. I've had that probably for 10 years. Number 17. All right, I'll show you the dry creek again. Here's dry creek. We'll have to start at 300. Yeah, isn't that great? Run it or don't run it? That is the question. This is a huge stone. Run it. All right, it has its own listing. It's more on my website, but that's, way it goes. All right, we'll start it and 15 seconds. There it goes. Dry creek. Really hard thing to find. It's big, but you can bend it. It is for a 6 3/4 wrist, but this is very pliable. So you can bend it up or down as long as you keep your fingers away from the stone. Put it on your arm and let it get nice and warm, and then just bend it to fit. All right, congratulations. You got a killer, rare turquoise stone. That is just, I never find it anymore. And I've never found one that big in all these years of doing this. Number 2. You're gonna love that. That is just, you have a dry creek ring? Wow. I just dropped the card. I have to make another one. Okay. I'm so glad it went to a good home. You don't know how tempted I was to keep that. I'm just trying not to be the queen of keep. All right, gonna go to a Mexican piece. This is a metales piece. This is brass and sterling silver, interlocking chain, super pretty. The clasp is a slide in. There's your mark, and let me see if it says, it's so hard to read it backwards. It's a Tosco piece, so the Tosco is TA 14. 14 is one of the earliest numbers. All right, so this clicks in like that, but it has a little space there, but it's clicked in tight. It is a size 6 3/4. All right, super nice. And we're going to start that. A hoarder. I'm a hoarder. We are collectors. We are not hoarders. We are collectors. I'm starting this at $50. We are collectors who are taking care of things to pass on to the next generation. There we go. So that's how it looks from the side. Almost looks like a motorcycle chain. Isn't that gorgeous? A man or a woman can wear this. Did it just end? I think it did. I think nobody wanted that. It's true though. I mean, we have to be custodians of these things. So, and then if your children don't like it. All right, this ring is nothing to do with my stuff that I normally have, but somebody asked me for an emerald. So this is a size 6. This is an emerald. It is not a high quality emerald, but an emerald it is. I tested it and I can't remember if these are glass or if they're white topaz. So I'm going to say glass. It's a size 6. And I'm going to start that at like, we'll start it at $15. No, we'll start it at 10. $10. So there's an emerald. I think it's the same thing as that ruby that I had earlier where it's from Africa somewhere. Lower grade emerald, but an emerald it is. And nobody wants an emerald. Oh, somebody wants an emerald. Okay. The moderator. White opals? No, we just had the one Mexican opal. All right, congratulations. Thank you. I feel like I should just send it to you for free because you're moderating for me. Okay, Native American. This is exactly the way I bought it, and I just left it this way. So this is a watch on the safety pin, a watch band. I believe that it's broken. Yeah, it's broken right here. So I'm thinking somebody can make a pendant out of it or something. So this is fish scales. When I bought it, I didn't know it was broken, but I'm going to start this really low because I know something can do with this. Something can do something. I do have opals in stock. Black opals, no, those are so expensive. I did study opals. Denim lapis. Do I have lapis tonight? I do have lapis. I'll pull those. They're watch bands if you want. And then I've got also a bracelet. No, that's not lapis on there. Oh, I forgot about this turquoise bracelet too. All right, so I'm going to start this really low. I'm going to start it at $5. I probably paid way more than that for it, but maybe somebody can use this to make something out of. Like this would make a great pendant. So yeah, and it comes with the band and a safety pin. A heck of a deal with a safety pin, huh? So there you go. Fish scales is what this design's called. Well, I'm going to send you something extra in your package because you're so sweet. If I refund, I'll get in trouble, but congratulations. I can't wait to see what you do with it. You're going to get an extra thing because I appreciate the moderation chore. It's work. All right. And number 3. All right. All right. Lapis. These 2 watches, and I bought them for the watch bands, but the watches are gorgeous too. They're quartz. They probably just need a battery, but I'm going to say they're non-working. If you get a battery and they work, great. So that has a lapis face. I'm going to show you both of them because they both are the same brand. They came from the same estate. I'll run one and then the other. So I'm going to run this one first. So this is lapis and spiderweb turquoise channel inlay. There's your hallmark. The size is, it's expandable, but right now unexpanded, it's like a 6-inch. So yeah, I hope that you end up with a watch that works just by getting a battery. I am so bad at trying to put batteries in. I could never get the back on. I even bought a little kit. Not happening with me. I'm going to start this at $25 and running. Non-working watch that possibly works with beautiful watch band plates that are channel inlay lapis and spiderweb turquoise. Super nice piece. And I'm not going to try to, well, maybe I can get it over my poor stiff hands, but that's how it looks on. So nice showy piece. And let me try to get it back off again. That's another thing with my hands. There we go. All right. That was a good deal. That's the first one. I do want to get them mixed up. And my computer just came unplugged. There we go. All right, that is number 23. And in she goes. All right, the second one. It's good. Yeah, I think it was made by the same artist. All right, here's number 2. Lapis face says Navajo on it, just like the other one. There's your mark. Oh, that's great. Oh, when you get it all together, please, if you're on Instagram, take a selfie, and I'd love to share it with everybody. Did I have that upside down the whole time? Nope, I didn't. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, because people they'll love seeing that. Hey, I can do that. If she did it, I can do it too. All right, 25 and start. So here's the second one. Same thing, lapis, channel inlay, turquoise, and a lapis face on the watch. Marked Navajo. Don't know who that is. Don't know anything about it. I just thought they were pretty. And the same person owned them, so they must have liked them too. Watch is non-working at this point. It looks like this is glass. Yeah, that's glass. All right. Oh, I'm glad you're here. I've sent stuff to you before. I can't wait till I get to the point where I know everybody's names that go with their handles. That'll take me a little while, but I'll get it. Yeah, they're really pretty. All right, that was a good deal. All right, I've got a couple of little band rings I'm gonna do. See if this is Mexico. This is actually a big band ring. It doesn't say it's Mexico. It could be. This is sterling silver overlay, so it was made in 2 layers. The top layer was soldered onto the bottom layer with a cutout design. Isn't that pretty? This is a bigger ring. It is a size 12. So it could be, if you've got bigger hands, it could be a thumb ring. It could be a man's ring. Nice and thick because it's 2 layers. Size 12, good and heavy ring, great deep cutouts. I'm going to start this at, I'll start this one at 25 and the next one will be lower. This has got a lot of silver and a lot of work. I'm going to get it as close as I can. Nice cutout band ring. Needs to be polished. You can see how that looks on. Super nice ring. Check that out. How deep that is. I'm looking to see if I can see the little solder mark. You can see it right there. All right, congratulations. That is number 25. All right, here's one that's not as thick, similar. I'm looking to see if it's marked. I think this was made in Mexico. Yep, this one's made in Mexico. This one is a size 11, and we're going to start this one at 10. So it's not as spectacular, but it's still nice. All right, we'll start that at $10 and start. A little bit thinner, got a nice brush texture, sizable because it's got this blank area in the back. All right, that was a good deal for $10. That was one of the scores of the night. To get more little cards. Okay. Number 19. All right, now I've got this really cool piece. This is Mexican. This is an old brooch. Isn't that pretty? This is amethyst. Now this has, see these little rings here? I have to call this a call out because it probably had stones hanging from it. I would guess. but it's too beautiful to melt. So I bought it. And there's your hallmark back there. It says Silver Mexico. That puts this as 1930s or 1920s. It would be very cute to hang little heart charms or something like little puffy hearts or something. Very pretty. It's a big size. Okay, so I'm going to start this at 35. I paid 65 for it, but I didn't see the call out, so that's what happens. A chain will go through the hole, yes. Yes, you could. A stacker cuff. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay. Thank you so much. See, that's why it's great to have a moderator. All right. That was a deal. I can't wait to see what you do with it. I hope you show us or post it on Instagram or something. That was a really good deal for that. But it had a call out. All right, stacker. Do I have a stacker? I have a stacker. This, let me see if this is Tahi. Nope, it's a homemade one. Oh, this has got some primitive work. All right, here we go. Now this is a wide stacker, so it's got its own stacks. And look at this, how it goes out here. This is very primitively made, very rustic. These are raindrops made into, this is just so cool. So yeah, I'm sure that this is Native American, but it could be not. All right, the size is, look at these wide bars at the end. And they're different. Like this one has a wider bar and that was has a thinner one. Very rustic. It's a size 6 1/4. It's pretty heavy. I have to start it at 50 because of the weight. And there we go. And I'll show you what it looks like on. So bracelet without stones. Man or woman could wear this. I absolutely was so attracted to the rows of raindrops in here. That had to be so hard to do to solder all those together. All right. That was a good get. Enjoy your nice primitive bracelet. All right. This is number 4. Big B 498. All right, I'm gonna do a couple pairs of earrings, then I got another bracelet to grab over here. These are some old Mexican earrings. I've got 5 pair of them. So hopefully I can run through them pretty quickly, but they're very old. The first pair are sterling with alpaca screws. So the front is sterling, the green is serpentine, and then this part, the screw back, is alpaca. So it's not sterling. These are from the 1950s. Aren't those cute? And we will start those at $10. Old Mexico earrings. And this is sterling on the tip too. Aren't those fun? I love looking for things that are different. Okay, good deal. Like how tarnished those are. Okay, Mughal. That's the first pair. Okay, whoops, that looks like a 6. We can't have any mistakes on these numbers. All right. The next pair is also, let me read the back here. They might be 1930s. Mexico silver, 1930s. They've got some tarnish. These are screwbacks with great bunches. All right, we're going to start these at $10 as well. Get them in my hand so I can do that. All right, grapes, Mexico silver, 1930s. And they are starting at $10 and start. There we go. Welcome to our Since we finish this, we'll do another giveaway. Aren't those cute? And they are hollow. All right, congratulations. I'll run a I'll run a giveaway and then we will do the rest of the little earrings. Love to shop. Don't we all? Um, yeah, I'll have some thinner stackers. I like to keep a lot of my earrings on paint rollers. I mean earrings, bracelets on paint rollers. I think I have half of a paint roller full of them. So my next show will be Tuesday, and I'll make sure that I have them there, stackers. Okay, let's run a giveaway. Surprise item, sterling silver, and it's running. It'll be either a pair of earrings or a little open back ring that's adjustable that you can wear on your toe or on your little pinky. All right, next pair of old Mexican 1930s earrings. Get these going. These are so cool. Look at those. Those are so old. The patina is incredible. I turn them around so you can see the back. There's the back, and then it says something underneath the screw. And these do have sterling screws. It says Mexico silver. Surprise, surprise. Be sure to bookmark my shows for next week because they're at a different time than normal. All right, we're going to start these at $10 as well. I'm in the giveaways now. All right, and start. There we go. Really cute little old Mexican repousse earrings, I believe. Yeah, they're hollow, but they're backed. Got to be backed if they're hollow. Any large pendants? I've got one that's kind of big. After we finish these earrings, I'll show you. It's a blister pearl. Oh, I didn't even know that it ended. Crafty gal, congratulations. I've got two more Mexican earrings and then I'll show you the blister pearl big. And I do have in stock more. I have a whole box of big pendants, so I can put those in my show for Tuesday. Okay. In we go. All right, two more pairs of little old Mexican earrings, and then we'll do that. Okay, these are, all right, I don't know. You're gonna have to help me with this one. I don't know what these animals are. I thought it was a turtle, but the tail is so long. That's serpentine, and they're screwbacks from the 1930s. I think they sit on your ear this way. But I don't know what's with that long tail. We're starting these at, I'll start these at 5. All right, because we don't know what the animal is. Unless it's a fat lizard. There we go. Get here a little bit closer. Long tail animal running. Oh, I thought you had a suggestion. I'm like, wait, what? It's too early for me to get punchy. All right, Frank. Congratulations. Frank, one flow. Number 4. All right, one more pair of Mexican earrings, and then we'll do a large pendant. All right. How are we doing on? Oh, we still got a little bit of time. All right. The last one is a classic sleeping Mexican. Border town pieces marked. I don't see a mark on there. Let's see. These are really old. I'd say these are 1920s. Yeah, Mexico silver, but you can barely read it. Really nice patina. Great souvenir border town pieces. All right. And we're going to start those at 10. Really hard to find these days. Very collectible. Lovely patina. I don't know if he's really sleeping. It kind of looks like he's bummed. But yeah, here's the back. All right, crafty gal. You like Mexican stuff, huh? I love the old Mexican stuff. Love, love, love. I'm so happy that I live by the border. All right, pendant next. All right, this is a larger pendant. It is sterling silver. Let me find the marking. I don't remember if this is one I tested. Yep, if you can't see it, it's way down inside, but here it is. It's a blister pearl with 3 blisters, and way down inside you can see the sterling mark. Nice big, it's almost an enhancer. You can put this on a set of beads. So this one's like a crater, nice and shiny though, and these 2 pop out. So we're going to start this at $10. Large pendant, here's the size. Oh, we have our winner, and it is all right, Catherine. Congratulations. I will send you something cute. Isn't that pretty? Lovely, lovely luster. This is all like lace. There's the size of it again. One of these nights, congratulations. I'll do a like almost all gemstone thing that's not turquoise because I have a lot of that stuff. I just have to pull it all, and it takes a long time to do that. Each thing has to be marked on my website and pulled, and it's easier to do new stuff. All right, here's a pair of, oh, let's do this. So this isn't cheap. I just got this not long ago, like about a week ago. I don't think I might have put it on my website, but I'm not sure. This is a storyteller bracelet, and it's gold filled. So you've got your corn plants. That's a Hogan. So this is what the Hogan beads are named after. That's one of their homes. Little wagon. It looks like a little fireplace with a fire in it. And then we've got channel inlay in coral, turquoise, and and jet. Jet is the black, and some stamping. I am really having a hard time focusing. So here's the inside. There's your hallmark. Let's see what it says. It says 12 karat gold filled sterling, and it has a crooked arrow mark. I did not look up who that was, but there's your crooked arrow. This is what it looks like on. Super pretty. No, this is not Mexico. This is Native American. Definitely. This is a Navajo home, and the corn. So this is absolutely Native American. And I have to start this at $100. Should I run it? It's new, so it just went on. I think it's on my website. Run it or don't run it, because storyteller bracelets are. Some people love them. Okay. Let me see if I made a thing for it. I might have. No, I didn't. Okay. Starting at 100, and there we go. We are running. Super nice. Oh, yes, the size. Thank you. It is a 6.5. You can bend it in this area, but if you want to bend it to fit, do not bend this area. You'll pop your stones. All right, congratulations. You're going to have a Christmas box. I love getting boxes just like the one I'm sitting here. I can't wait to open it up tomorrow. But I will not open it up until I get every order packed. That's priority tomorrow. I have to get up early and take Red out on trail, and the rest of the day I'll be packing orders. Red's my horse. Okay, we have got, let's see, I've got a couple of chains. You guys want me to run some cool chains? This is a big ball chain. Look at the size of those. Isn't that gorgeous? So this I thought was cool. I didn't want to just put it in my pile of chains and stick it on a pendant somewhere. I thought, no, somebody needs to have this. This is 18 inches. It's a very heavy, really nice. I'm going to start this at, because of the weight, 25. And there we go. 18 inches. Awesome ball chain. It would look great with that pendant with the blister pearl because of the circles and the circles, the bools. Yeah, that's a really good chain. Get back here a little bit. There we go. Super good chain. Oh yeah, I have some killer handmade chains. I kind of have a collection of them. Um, I mean, I've got one sitting here that's not for sale yet, but if there's one, I'll send you some pictures if I've got some that I feel like I want to let go. They just, I think the last one I bought, I had to pay $200 for it, and it was just very small. But if you're looking for one, tell me the link that you want. And oh, thank you. Yeah, let me see. Let me see if I can pull one there and show you. This is MS0401. You like all that sophisticated collector stuff. So I've got this thing sitting on my desk with all kinds of cool stuff on it. This isn't for sale, but these are called ghost beads. Aren't those cool? Um, yeah, you're talking about stuff like this, right? These handmade chains. I'll go through what I've got. Look at this killer one that's missing. This is huge. This is such an expensive chain. Yeah, I've got all kinds of cool stuff. Um, what length you want, send me a message, a DM on Instagram. And I know they're nice. I've got quite a few, but tell me what length you want and what size and kind of what your budget is. And I'll pull what I've got and see if I've got something for you. And I'll put that on my note too. Okay, the buffalo pendant and a chain. The handmade chains are just so incredibly hard to find and so expensive when you find them. All right, do some more. I don't know where the other earring to that is. Let's see. Oh, this is a pretty little thing. This has nothing to do with Native American. So it's CZ and sterling silver, but this is so pretty. Look at this bracelet. So this little heart is pave set with CZ on both sides. Isn't that cute? Just lots of bling, and definitely a really pretty bracelet. And look at that clasp. The clasp has got CZ too. I mean, that's pretty bougie. So it's marked CZ and it's marked 925. I was looking for this that's on my neck. It is for an 8.25 inch wrist. So it's got some good size. It's good and heavy. I have to start this at 35, but I think it's well worth it. So we're going to start that at 35. See, I got some bling in here too. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at that sparkle. So super nice bracelet. All right, congratulations. Sometimes I buy stuff like that because I want to buy a lot from a picker. So I buy the prettiest things because I want to get the turquoise. Okay, I like that. It's so pretty. All right, this bracelet. I don't know about it. All right, so this is turquoise. This is definitely Chinese turquoise, which gets imported here and used by Native Americans all the time. This is not Native American. I love that there is turquoise inset even into the clasp. It's got the clasp is not, it wiggles a little bit, just being handmade. I thought for sure that this was Mexican, and it might be, but look at the mark. The mark says sterling, and it's got a little lizard, which is a Native American mark, but I really don't think this is Native American. So these little decorations here are filed. So I don't know what to say about this piece. It's really cool. It's heavy. It's got great turquoise, and I don't know the origins. So that's my story about that. But I bought it. I like it. And I don't have to know everything about stuff. So it is a size 7.5. So it's got the double locking clasp. So you pop this guy in here with the, pop that in there. It doesn't snap real hard, but it does hook. And then you've got this little safety right here. I will tighten that up a little bit. I left it loose so that I could operate it while on camera. All right, so I'm going to start it at what I paid. Actually, I paid 55. I'm going to start it at 50. And super nice. A man or a woman can wear this. That is great spiderweb turquoise. You can tell that it's Chinese just because of the pattern. It came out of a mine there and the black chert. I've got some nice turquoise there. So yeah, super nice. And I'll keep going so you can look at all that spider webbing. I just love this. You never see them do that kind of detail. Super cute. All right. That was a good buy. If I put that up on my website, I put it up for more. So I don't have to photograph it. Don't have to advertise it. All right. Your name is on it. Ah, look at this. I didn't know I had this. I wonder if this is a quartz. This looks like the old kind of watch. All right, this watch definitely doesn't work, but I didn't buy it for that. I bought it for the watch band, another fish scales. I didn't know I even had this in here. So this one is not broken, but it's not marked either. So right now, without expanding, it is a size 6, but the expansion band is stainless and it really expands a lot. So non-working watch, it's the old windy kind. So yeah, it's just for the watch band plates and the expansion band. And we'll start that at 35. Really nice color. Let's see what's going on right there. Oh, that's just an indentation. It's nothing. So yeah, fish scales, Zuni. There you go. Matching non-working watch. All right, that was a good deal. I haven't found a fish scales bracelet in a long time. I don't know what the deal. Gina, number 8. Okay. Next one is another chain. I'm going to measure the length of this real quick. These are a little harder for me to store, so I thought I'm just going to sell. This is a 16-inch chain. I don't know what this is called, that design, but it's thick and they kind of work like a choker. So I can't put them in a box very easily. I have to keep them hanging somewhere. And I just thought, you know what? But it's got some great sparkle. I showed Navajo pearls. I'll show you the other pair that I have. Omega chain. Thank you. So this is an Omega chain, 16 inches. And we're going to start this at, let's do a deal. Let's start it at $10. What the heck? Heavy Omega chain, 16 inches, killer deal. And then I'll show you the Navajo pearls that I have. They're old ones. I'm sitting too close. Omega chain. I'll never forget that now, the name. All right, that was a good deal. It's a good heavy one. Nice clasp. All right. $25. Okay. So this is 14 inches. These are wedding pearls. So they are stamp decorated, and they're very old. So you can see the stamp decoration on there. So these would be a starting price of 400. These are the early beads. So you can see the little ridge on the edge here. They were made and stamped when they were still, before they were soldered together, it was stamped from the inside out. Do you want me to run these with a starting price of 400? Okay. I have to make a little adjustment here so I can run them at 400. I've had those for a long time. Oh, wait, that's not the right one. Okay, we're going to take the 251 and we're going to make it 400. Edit listing, bear with me. I'm still a little bit slow. Okay, we are going to, where's the price? There we go, starting bid. Okay, save changes. All right, and then we're going to go back here. Now I'm going to go back in there and we're going to find it again. There we go, start auction. Okay, we're doing it. These are so early. They are, I believe, on cable. Yeah, they're on old cable. So every bead is handmade. Very hard to find them stamped. They're stamped about up to here. So the fronts are stamped. Congratulations. I will cry a little bit when those go. They're so special. I just never find them, but congratulations. Okay. All righty. Okay, we've got a piece of turquoise. This is such a cool bracelet. This is really old, from the 1960s, or no, the late 60s, because it's got a serrated bezel. Look at this stone. The stone is 100% natural, and it's got pieces of quartz in it. It's just rough, but it sparkles. It catches the light. It's just so pretty. So this is, your flower power stuff from the early 70s. Um, little raindrops. Just a simple. It's got. So I don't know if you can see striations in here, but this is hand pulled wire. This is for a size 6 3/4. This is how it looks on. This is a really good period piece. Oh my gosh, cancer. Wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's not a fun battle. I'm going to start this at $50. Up, got to fix the time and start. I'm going to try to get that as close as I can so you can see. So you used to sell on here, Mughal. I'm so new. Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that. That is just on a private page. Okay. All right. Congratulations. I say prayers for Mughal. Can everybody send prayers emojis for her? And hearts and love. That's right. Lots of love. I like that. Mwah. Love makes the world go around. It's very important. If you don't have that, you got nothing. All right, we got to do some rings. I'm loving seeing all this love. It's wonderful. All right, this is a Mexican and it has a number, looks like a 2, but it might be a 3. Number 3, Eagle stamp, made in Tosco, size 10. Double check that. Feels like, oh, it's a 9. I made a mistake. Silver inlay, size 9, has some smooth wear, made in Mexico, has an eagle stamp. Smaller beads, like smaller things like, I don't really have any, I thought I had a small, the smallest ones I have are like this, like that small. Yeah, you know what? The jewelry makes you feel good. I have things I never take off. I'm going to start this at $10. Good old Mexican. I believe those were. I'll pull them as soon as I finish this. I'll pull them back down. They are not stamped, though they are plain, and I believe they're a little later. I'll examine the beads and everything, and then I've got to look up and see how much they'd be. Oh, congratulations. 77, number 26. Let's check out those beads and see what we can find out about them by looking at them. Okay, so this is a Native American clasp, handmade. Whoops. It's on chain. Now let me look at these beads. Okay, so these are later beads. So you can see how the holes are milled. So those are drilled out and they're not as, there we go, not as handmade as the other ones, and they're bigger to fit over a chain. That's not bad, but, and you can see that they are hand soldered, but they're really polished out because we've got, when these were made, we have better materials and better equipment. So do you want me to, not machine made, they're handmade, but they were made with better machines because they're more modern. So they had, electric things, and they could drill this out with an electric drill instead of hand punching it with a hole punch. But you can see, and they can polish out the solder lines easier. Yeah, better tools. Yeah. So do you want me to look up the price on these and tell you what they are? Is that something you, how long are they? And they are graduated in size. They're 24 inches. I have to look them up on my website and see what my price is on these. Let's see. Bear with me. Let's see what we got. I think these are the 24s, right? 24 inches. Yeah, these are 24. I would be able to start these at 150. That's what I paid for them. Do you want me to run them? Run. Okay. That's dirt cheap, but that's the way it goes. All right, I'm going to have to change the price on this thing. So let me edit real quick. Opening bid. I'm really proud of myself. I'm getting good at this editing. Okay. Just as I say that, save changes. Okay, back here. Then we go back here and we find it. All right, start. All right. Navajo pearls, 24 inches long. You've got your Navajo clasp. I think that's the last pair of Navajo ones. Everything else I have is Tosco. I'm going to have to tell my pickers to be looking, and I'll be looking. Graduated, tiny at this end, but not great. Yeah, I've pretty much sold out of them. All right, that was a good get. But I will be looking for them. I have already told several of my pickers to be on the lookout because I've got people asking for them. I swear there must have been a really good picture of them on TikTok or something because even the people at the ranch where my horse lives are like, "Hey, can you get me some Navajo pearls?" So there must be something going on that I don't know about. All right, this is, I don't think this is, well, yeah, that is. Oh, this is early. All right, so this is a really super early Native American ring. I guess so, because people are asking at coral beads. I do have coral beads. Let me write that down on my list. I will have them at my show on Tuesday. I've got them hanging up on my bead wall, and I will have them. All right, this I'm going to show you. This is a tufa stone cast ring. So look on the inside here. See how lumpy it is on the inside? That's early casting. I don't know if I can get it to focus. Look at that lumpy, lumpy, lumpy all over on the inside. It's not uncomfortable, but that is just early, early manufacturing. All right, this is Native American. You've got your twisted wire. You've got your little raindrop, and see how high this bezel comes up over the stone. That's a real early practice. This is probably 1920s. 7.5. I've had this for a long time, and it didn't have it lost its listing. All right, so we're going to start this at $50. So 7.5 early Navajo ring. There's the side view. Tufa stone cast. If you don't know what tufa stone is, it's a stone that's sort of like sandstone, but not as porous. And they would carve the shape out of it and pour the molten silver in there. That's why you've got all that lumpy stuff on the inside. That was a really good deal. All right. Number 7. So with the coral request, do you want old round coral beads or do you want the branch coral? Because I have both. I have some really old ones. That's round coral. Okay. I've got it. I've got the old stuff. All right. This is a size 9. Let me see if it's marked inside. Oh, it looks like it has the Silpata mark on it. Made in China. Size 9, wide band ring. And we'll start that at $10. Why not? So it's a nice big wide statement piece. Nice shine to it. It's not too much patina going on there. Onyx and amethyst. I have onyx and amethyst. What do you want? Rings? This, I think I said it's a size 9. I wish I could remember when I say, yep, it's a size 9. So what, I have opals. So tell me if you want rings or necklaces or earrings or bracelets, because I love all those stones, but Yeah, let me know what you're looking for. Anything opal. All right. Plain silver bangles. I'll have to look. Denim lapis and opal. I just, wait, wait, wait. Pacific coral. Well, a lot of coral comes to Pacific. Is there a certain color that they brand that way, or silver bangles, denim and lapis opals? A lot of coral is illegal to harvest now, so all of my stuff's really old. I can't believe this is still sitting here. I forgot about it. Onyx or amethyst. I'll look. Let me put it on my list. Please come to my show. Bookmark my show for Tuesday. Onyx. So if you tell me what you want, it makes it a lot easier figuring out what to pull from my inventory. Rings, size 9. And we've got the coral beads round. Okay. Mexican fire agate. I don't know if I have any fire agate in stock. I'll have to look, but I usually don't buy Mexican fire agate. I buy American fire agate because it's more fiery. But oh yeah, jasper. All right. Jasper. I have jasper. I think I have some jasper pendants. I'm making a list. Oh yes, thank you. Yeah, if you are on Instagram or here, you can send me a message, what you're looking for. I am a picker, so I go out buying all the time, and I have pickers that work for me that buy me things. So we're always out looking for great things. I don't particularly like to go to estate sales, so I've got a guy that does estate sales, and I can't stand the pressure. It just makes me have anxiety, all the people and stuff. So anyway, here's another Native American piece from the 70s. No, it's probably from the 60s. Looking at the bezels, they're pretty high. So this is a watch band. It's the most interesting shape I've ever seen. Oh yeah, I'm in San Diego County. So I'm not on the border, but I'm close to the border. So this has still got the little tabs for putting a watch in here. The watch would be 1 inch or so, but it'll be fun to find a vintage watch to put in here. Let's see. This is what it would look like on. It looks funny without a watch. It is a size. It's kind of big, but it's got a big gap. So it'll fit a 7-inch wrist easy, but this is a pretty big gap here. You could bend it around, but I wouldn't bend it too far because you could crack a stone. So I'm gonna start this lower than I paid. Hi from Carlsbad. Hi. Oh, you're coming to Vista? That's where my horse lives. I know Vista well. Huntington Beach. I lived in Huntington Beach for years. I love Huntington Beach. That is my home. In my 20s, I grew up in Garden Grove, I mean in Westminster, and then I moved to Huntington Beach when I graduated. And wow. Yeah, Vista's nice. We've got Guahomie Park. I'm going to start this lower than I should. I'm going to start it at 75. I think I paid 150, but I got other good stuff with it. So I like this rolled edge here. Yeah, Vista, I'll be riding my horse in Vista tomorrow at Guahomie Park, all around the lake. Oh yeah, it'll tell you exactly how to do it. I don't think this has ever been used because there's no bend marks on here. Congratulations. You got it at half of wholesale. That was a deal. Sometimes I do that because if I bought it with a bunch of other things and I made money on those things, then it's like, okay, someone else can get a deal. All right, here's a pair of hammered hoop earrings in sterling silver. Here's the size, pretty good size. Oh yeah, I think some people. I mean, it was so funny because I love to go to thrift stores too, and when the Chargers left, the thrift stores were filled with Charger shirts. People were like, "I'm quitting. I'm breaking up with them." So yeah, it was a thing. All right, we're starting these at $10. Hammered sterling silver hoops. Not much tarnish. They're ready to go. Absolutely ready to go. Yeah, I love living here. It's like Camp Pendleton is sort of like an island that makes us kind of off by ourselves. No, they shouldn't. Uh-uh. That was a good deal at $12. Oh, I have a coral ring sitting here. I didn't even realize that. I'll run that next. Yeah, that was a good deal. Thank you. I'm glad you got a good deal. Good deals are here to be had. All right, so this is a Chinese export cloisonne ring. I'm going to check it over for any damage. These were sold in the Chinatowns. Okay, the cloisonne is good on this side. It's got little cannoteils. No, all right, no damage. This has got coral in the middle. These always have real stones, little butterflies. Speaking of butterflies, I don't know if I told you guys I have a butterfly sanctuary in my yard for monarch butterflies. And I had a little boy butterfly emerge today in the rain. I had to move him out of the rain. I put a picture of him up on Instagram. So this is super pretty. Um, yeah, he made it. His wings dried and he flew off. So he's going to be one of the guys that lives through the winter, living a longer life than the average monarch butterfly, and he'll make babies for us in the spring. Oh yeah, I started planting milkweed in my yard because they were on the endangered species list. Oh wow! All right, so this I just did I even say the size? I'm so busy talking about butterflies. So it's a size 9. All right, it is not adjustable. Some of them are, so it's a really good piece. I'm going to start this at 35. The coral is real. Size 9. Nice dome, beautiful butterflies, no damage, great color. This is what it looks like on. Look at those butterflies. They're just saying hello. Little eyeballs looking at you. All right, that was a good deal. Yeah, in the summer and the spring, I have butterflies all over my yard. My gardener absolutely loves them. He goes and checks the yard to make sure that there's no caterpillars in the grass before he mows. Cracks me up seeing this man walking along holding caterpillars and putting them on leaves and stuff, but he's a good dude. He gets it. Oh, I know. I know. That stuff is something else. You know what? Somebody was asking for onyx, and the whole time there was an onyx ring sitting here. Duh. All right, so it's a filigree onyx. It is a size 7.5, a tight 7.5. I can't believe it. It was sitting right here looking at me. It's marked 925, 7.5 onyx ring, filigree. Super pretty. I'll start that at 25. Good size. I can't believe that. Here, I'll bring some onyx, and it was sitting there the whole time. Isn't that pretty work? Nice detail, no damage. Really pretty. 1 second left, and it's been had for $27. What a deal. That was a great buy. Little shopper. That makes me a big shopper, huh? Because I have to do it for a living. Okay, number 27. Okay, here's another Mexican pin with the number 8. Is that a 3 or an 8? It could be a 3, but it looks like an 8. Eagle stamp, agave picker. He's got his machete there and he's whacking the agave plants. There's all your marks, your number 8 eagle stamp, which means it was made 1948 to 1970 sometimes. The green turquoise rings you had. I think I've got, turquoise. I have one turquoise ring left. I'll run that next. All right, so little agave picker pin, Mexican border town piece. I'll start it at 10. Yeah, I've been going since 5, so 3 hours and 11 minutes. So yeah, we're getting low on the turquoise. So yeah, little does that look like it's oh, it's missing a lock, so we have a call out. So if you guys don't want it, we can it works just like a J clasp, but yeah, if that's a problem, we can do you still want it? I just noticed that. Okay. Okay. The last little turquoise ring. I don't know if this is I don't think this is no, this is not Native American. That's mark 925. I don't know who made it, but it's got a nice stone. So there's the little ring. It's the small size. Oops, there we go. Some spiderweb turquoise. It's got some good patina. It's a small size. Looks like it's a 5, but maybe it's a 6. It's a 6. There's the back. You can see the cutout in the back with the stone. So there we go. And I'll start that at a low price because it's getting towards the end of the night. We'll start it at $10. And there's your side view, but it's still a nice hefty ring. And it's got some smooth wear going on here too, which I love. Give me a worn ring and I'm having it because it just looks old. I love that look. All right. Congratulations. And that is Lori Pay. Oh, we need to run another giveaway. Let's do that. And I'll post it there. I've got this really big bracelet here. All right, let's run a giveaway because I still have a couple left. All right, here we go. It will be sterling silver, a pair of earrings, or a little ring with an open shank that'll fit everybody that can be worn on your fingers or your toes. Okay, this bracelet is almost this could be an anklet. Look at the size of this. It's heavy chain, heavy duty. The length, I believe, is like 10 inches or something. Let's measure it. It's 11 inches long. So this could absolutely be an anklet or a bracelet for somebody who's, a burly man. So I have to start this at 35 because of the weight and that's what I paid for it. And we'll start. Big, huge chain, killer. So if you know a burly man that could wear that, or if you want to wear it as an anklet, it's a nice chain. Super nice. Oh, that's a good idea. Necklace extender. That's a killer idea. Didn't even think of that. You got a good deal. Congratulations. Okay. Okay, so I have these two rings. They came from an estate together. They're sterling silver, and it looks like they might have been companion rings. They're different sizes, so maybe a man and a woman. I don't know, but they have stingray leather in them. Is that something you're interested in? It's kind of different. I just got these. I haven't even put them on my website yet. Do you want me to run these? Okay. So this one is a size 5.5. Other one is no, the other one's a 5.5 too. Okay, so this one is the plainer of the two, Stingray, and I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna start it at $10 because why not? That's how thick it is. I forgot what size it is. I think a 5.5. Yep. Stingray and sterling silver ring. That's what it looks like on. Isn't that cool? First time I ever saw stingray was a wallet. I didn't know what it was. All right, turquoise trends. I love my turquoise, but anything interesting like this, I'm picking it up because I just think it's fun. Okay, the next one is a little thicker. All right, so it's a little bit thicker, and then it's got a heart. Isn't that cool? Little heart cut out. And this is also the same size 5.5. And we'll run that at the same price. Starting at $10. All right, this is the one with the heart, a little bit more silver in it. Looks like it needs to be polished right there. Nice thick piece of silver. All right, I'm going to put that in with your other one. Put the little note at number 32 as well, and they're already together. That'll make shipping faster. All right, back to Mexico. This is Los Ballesteros. And this is a Metales piece. I know, I'm so glad they're staying together. I love that. So you can see the brass, the copper, and the turquoise with lots of azurite malachite inlay here. I may have made a listing for this one. I did. I have to start this at 75. Are you guys interested in this, or is this Los Ballesteros is not a big deal? We've got a giveaway closing here in 4 seconds. All right, who's going to win? This is so fun. All right, congratulations. I'll send you something good. So should I run this at 75? Is that too much? Is this too much of a specialized collector item? Thank you. You deserve it. I love being able to give you guys things. So I think this is too specialized. I thought it might be. Okay. Why not? I like your attitude. All right, let's do it because I know that I made a special listing for it. All right, here we go. All right, Los Ballesteros, Metales. I forgot the name of this god here. Just run it, girl. We're running it. Yeah, for Los Ballesteros, that's a good deal. But there's the mark right there. And the azurite malachite is just gorgeous. All right, nobody wanted it, but that's okay. We're good. Okay, here's a piece that I forgot I had, and it's dated 1992. It has a malachite point, which was made. It was not a natural thing. They don't come in points, but this is Northwestern Native American themed. I don't know anything about the artist there. So here's your marks. I don't know if that was Native American made in the Northwest or if it's just made to look like that. Not my area of expertise. All right, that's okay. All right, so we're going to start this little guy at $10 and start. And there we go. The Mexican silver is really a niche market in itself. Isn't that cute? Little totem pole with the eagle at the top. I like that. I thought that was really different. And with the malachite point. Dangly turquoise earrings. I do not have any here right now, but I do have some in my inventory. I'll write them on my list and have them for Tuesday. Dangle. I know I've got to start digging into my earrings because I have so many earrings. All right. I get you down here. Gotta put it on my little list. Yeah. So please bookmark it and I will remember. I wrote everything down, but I usually remember what people want. I don't know why, but I can't remember what size I just said, but when I start pulling things, it's the Mustang gal. Okay, number 33. It's a Mustang, right? We talked about the classic car. Yep, I remember. All right, what do we have here? We're getting down to the end here. We're getting low. I've got two necklaces that I'll show you. One of them's a Mexican. It's probably going to be too nichey for you, but this one's not. I don't know anything about this. It's just cute. I'm looking to see where the marks are. It has a Cheeny look to it, but it's not marked Cheeny, but pretty little, I don't know what we even want to call that, panel necklace or something. It's got a little bead on the end here. I think I paid a lot for this. I don't remember though. But doesn't it look like Cheeny? The length is 18 inches, but it can be adjusted down with this chain. I'm just going to go by weight and start it at $50 because of how much it weighs. And I'm not even going to look at what I paid for it because I don't even want to know. But isn't that pretty? That's a really dressy thing. Little black dress necklace. And I like the way they have the little things going the opposite direction on each side, so it's very classy. Oh, I should show you the back side too. So looks like they're all cast. All right. I know that was way under wholesale. I know you scored. I know that was a good buy. So congratulations. Number 8. Okay, here's the Mexican set. And I know I made a thing for this. So I have to start this at 150. And if you're not interested, I totally get it because this is a very nichey thing. But the earrings are stuck up here. But this is La Cucaracha. All right. And you can see there's a lot of marks on it. Okay, there's the back. And you can see the marks. My fingers out of the way. Now I have to find them. It might be all on the earrings. Up there they are. So here's your markings. And the earrings are marked as well. This necklace is probably a 16. Nope, it's 15 inches long. And then the earrings are screw back. Are these an interest to you? Or I'm still learning what you guys like. So I would have to start it at 150, which is what I paid, run it or pass because we don't really care about the Mexican stuff. It looks like it's a pass. Okay. I think it's a pass. I get that. These used to be so hot. And then it kind of just faded out. All right, I've got some rings and I've got this little articulated fish. I don't believe this. No, this is not sterling. This is some kind of brass or something, but it's got some really cool cloisonne. So I just popped that in there. It's not on my website or anything. It's just been hanging around. I think he's got all of his little fins. Let me see if his nose opens. Now, sometimes they open and have a little area inside to hide things. So I'm going to try to hold him like this. I'm just going to start him at $5 because we did a $5 start. There we go. Men's stuff. I always carry men's stuff. I have a couple pairs of cufflinks here. We're getting near the end, so I'll run the cufflinks for you, but I always have men's stuff. I love men's jewelry. All right, congratulations. Trying to write with good penmanship. I will thank myself tomorrow. Okay, men's. We have, right, these are Mexican and the marks are around the edge. Let's see if it's anybody famous. I can't tell. It says DF though. That means they're earlier. So These are Kalar, and you can see that it's got a bunch of old silver polish inside. Just take a toothbrush and clean that out. I left it as is. So they were made with two sheets. The design was cut out of the top here, and then they were sandwiched together. And I'll start these at, I'm gonna start them low. It's the end of the night. $5 cufflinks. There we go. Aren't those nice? So you can see the markings are around the edge here. Really nice. Yeah, they're super nice quality, polish up real nice. That was a good get. Auntie, Chris, Gems, number 6. All right, one more pair of cufflinks. They're also from Mexico. Oh, and there's a pendant there too. Okay. This has a name, and I can't for the life of me remember what it is. But see how they've got the sandwich here with the black stuff in there? There's a special name for that. Linda doesn't remember what that is. There's your markings. These are from Mexico with the Aztec calendar. I've got a couple more rings. I'll start these at 5 too. Pull some rings, and I've got a pendant here. So I almost dropped the ring tray. Oops, sorry. So these are only 5, sterling silver, and they have a special name, but I don't know what that is. I do have cufflinks, but not tonight. That's the only 2 I pulled for tonight. I probably have 4 or 5 more pair. I've been selling them out, and I will have them when I do my show on Tuesday. And that's number 7. I put them in there together. Okay, rings. So they're just little rings. I have this one ring. I think I ran it last time and nobody liked it, but I can show this to you again. This is a men's ring. It's a signet ring with malachite. And there's your mark there. Sterling silver. It's a size. I've got probably 6 more rings sitting here after this one. This is a size 12. It's really big. Do you guys want me to run it? Nobody liked it last time. Okay, I'm gonna run this. I'm gonna start it really low. It's a good hunk of silver. I'm gonna start it at $15. No, at $10 because of the weight. There we go. Men's ring, hand stamped decorated, definitely Mexican. I don't know about this one. Let me see if it says Tosco inside. It looks like it does. Yeah, this is Tosco, TM. So yeah, it's a nice clean silver. I think this is higher than sterling because see how white it is. Usually they use that's higher, like 950, 980. A lot of times they just say sterling, but there's more. And I like this nice wide bezel. All right, that is yours. And then I'll show you all they're just little bands, the rings that I have left. I have a ton of rings in stock that I will bring next time. I have so many rings. All right, Mughal, number 34. So these are going to all be just little $5 rings. Little inlay pieces. One of them I thought, oh, there, this one's got a feather on it. And I've got this little stacking with hearts. And then this, I don't even know where I got this, but that's got a CZ. And these are, I'm just going to start these all at $5 each. So, yeah, it really is. So I'll start this one first. And this is a size 5.5. It says Mexico 925 inside, 5.5. Starting at $5 and it's running. Okay, there we go. We're going to turn that little $5 ring. There's how thick it is. So it's a good hunk of silver. I don't like to buy super thin ones. Ah, darn it. Maybe I'll have a different one that will. These are all kind of small though, but I've got so many rings. All right, and we have a winner. Gotta go a couple more cards. All right, that is number 8. All right, this is the biggest one of them all. This is an 8. This is a little heavier. Let's see where this is made. It just says 925, but that's a Mexican font. So anyway, that's an 8. This is how thick. Good amount of silver here. And we're going to start that at 5. All right, look how deep that is. That's a nice thick piece of silver that's on top of the other one. Size 8. Kind of a little off there the way they made that, but you could size it because they did that. Turquoise bead necklaces, I have them. I will put them on my list for Turk bead. I have lots of them. I have one that I showed earlier that I'll show you again. That is nice. It's a more refined one. I'll show that as soon as I finish with this one. I showed it when I first started and we didn't run it. This is a heavy, good one. Nice piece of silver here. I love how primitive it is, the different sizes of the triangles. All right, that was a good get. 10609, number 9. All right, I'm going to show you this. This is a more refined. I've got big chunky ones. I've got all different kinds, but this one's super nice. This is Native American. So it's got the really nice polished beads. Each one of those is sterling silver in between the turquoise. There's 3 strands and it goes into the little tiny beads. And then you've got your cones. All right. Let me get my face out of here and see. I don't see any stamping on there. So this would be a starting bid of $100. The length is 21. Do you want me to run it? Yes or no? Run, put an R in there if you want me to run it. Harley Davidson, not tonight. I think I might have sold all my Harley stuff. Don't run it. Okay, I'll run it again. I'll leave it up here on my desk and I'll run it on Tuesday. And I'll have other ones too. All right, we've got a few. I've got this necklace I forgot about. And then I've got a few more rings. We'll run those. And then it's Betty Bye time. I have to get up early and ride a horse. This says, oh, this is Robert Lee Morris. I know his stuff's kind of expensive. So Robert Lee Morris, you can see the markup in there. The one I just showed is, I would start him at 100. That's what I paid. I have money clips. Okay, I'm gonna run it. I do have money clips and I have flatware. Let me write that down because I have them in stock and I will have them on Tuesday. That'll be a fun show. All this different stuff that you guys are asking for. I also have pillboxes. The flatware, I believe, are a couple of spoons that are Native American. All right, let me pull up the 100 and we will run this beautiful little thing. It's very fine. I have to change the price because I changed it for something that was 150. So we have to go back down to 100. We have to edit. And we got to get down to the little price there. Oh, I'm so glad I learned how to do this. All right, and save changes. All right, now we got to find her again. Okay, here we go. We are running $100. Very fine, small turquoise beads and sterling silver. Native American. Your Native American clasp. Nice patina. I like it when they make the cones when they're long like this, when they're shaped to fit around your neck more comfortably. Look at the different in the blues. There's like turquoisey and then there's deep blue, and it's all the same mine. But there you go. You got her. She's yours. Right. Where did I put my pen? Did it roll under my computer? It did. All right. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you wanted her. Okay. I like it because it's not so heavy and chunky. It's a little bit more refined. Okay, now I was gonna, oh, Robert Lee Morris. All right. I don't know if you guys are into this guy or not, but this came with a bunch of other things. It looks like it's never been worn. Yeah, it's very, very well done. This I have to start at 50 because that's what I paid for it, and it's running. Robert Lee Morris, kind of a modern looking necklace, signed on the back. Oh, I'm sorry, I went for 30 on that one. Shoot. I thought I fixed them. Needs to be polished a little bit. I'm happy to get my money back out of it. All right, thank you. Now I can take my $50 investment and invest it in something like turquoise. All right. Okay. Just a couple more little things and then we're gonna call it a night. This little pin and then I'll pick up those rings again. This is Tosco 156. So it's a little bit later, but still an early number. It's a little pin of a mask. Does it have a little divot in the head? Yeah. It's not where a stone was, though. It's just the design. There's your Tosco mark. I'm going to start this at $5 and start a little Tosco mask pin. Oh, you have a bracelet that matches it? Love that. That's great. Now you need some earrings. I got to watch for some earrings. I may have some. Who knows? I've got to look. I've got so many earrings. I could do a whole show of earrings, but I'd get tired of it and I'd drop them all. All right. Congratulations. All right, a couple more rings and we'll call it a night. Let's see. And then I'll fill all my ring trays up. You know, I showed this one last time, but maybe somebody else would like it. Nobody liked this, and this is so early. It's very small though. So I'll show this before I go into those little guys. It's like a size 3, but it's the band is broken in the back, so it's um, open in the back. But this is really early Navajo. This is over 100 years old. Isn't that great? If you guys want me to run it, I'll start it at 25. Okay. It's really early. It's just such a small size. Oh, I did the 30 seconds again. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's got some great stamping. Look at that. Really good old piece. Yeah, it's a great pinky ring, not from my bad hands, but yeah. Isn't that nice? And the shape of these stones, you just don't see that as often. They're always oval. Yeah, that is a good, good early ring. 1920s or earlier. Definitely a trading post piece or a train station piece. Fred Harvey era. And we have a new owner. Yay. Nobody loved it last time. And I think it's a great piece. I buy them like that even if they're small because they're just so historical. All right, number 28. Turquoise trends. All right, let's do these little guys and go to bed. All right, so this one, oh, corn plants. Let's see. Ooh, this has got a nice mark inside. So this is Native American, probably Hopi. It's got a feather and a corn plant. And then on the inside, let me see if I can find the marking so I can show you. I didn't even know I had a Hopi ring. All right, so there's the Hopi mark in there. There we go. And it is a small size. It's a pinky ring. It's a size 5. Well, maybe it's for some people it's not. For me, it is. It's a 5.5, but it's a tight 5.5. I'm gonna start this at 5. It is way more valuable than that, but it's the end of the night, so what the heck? Hopi ring, silver overlay, corn plant, and feather. See how thick? Tight size 5.5. Good signature inside. You can probably look it up on the signature site. I didn't even know what that was. I know. That is such detailed work. Look how they got the little fuzzy stuff at the end of the feather. Just fantastic. The little downy part of the feather. So yeah, that's a good one. All right. Congratulations. And that is Lisa. You know, my friend and I were talking about doing like a scrap silver and broken stuff and beads and parts and stuff. We're thinking about doing a show of that. Might do that in the future, but we would do it together. Like I do it and then right into her the other way. Yeah, because I've got so much stuff like that. Things that are missing a stone or a single earring or whatever, and I just put them aside and I don't want to melt them. So good. I'm glad to hear that you guys would think that would be fun because we're talking about it. All right. So these rings, I think I'm gonna run these together. They're all different sizes. There's 3 rings. So the heart one is a size 6.5, and then there's a little tiny one that's a size 4, and then there's one with a CZ that I know nothing about that's a 6.5. So I'm gonna run them all together. Last one of the night, and these are all the little rings. My face out of here, as you can see, little hearts, little CZ, little chain. I'm gonna start those at $5. All different sizes, just a little grab bag of sterling silver rings. Last one of the night. Oh, I can't wait. Please do. Oh, yeah, I have all that stuff. I have so much stuff. I felt like at first when we started talking about it, like, oh, I don't have enough stuff. And I started looking, I'm like, I have boxes of that stuff. Parts, I have so many things. And I think I have enough stuff to do a Victorian show too. So, oh, this is getting all crossed over so you can't see. There we go. All right, that was a good deal. And that is the last one of the night. So be sure to mark my next shows. If you think of things that you want, DM me. You can either contact me on Instagram or contact me here. I've got so much stuff that I haven't even shown you yet. So much. Yeah, I have Victorian. Old cigarette case. All right. I don't know if I have that. I'll have to look. You just go to my shop, I think, and see my shows and then just bookmark it. Yeah, it's not. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. It's great. I know I've got a chatelaine that's really pretty. I think I have enough to do a Victorian show. It might not be as long as this one, but um thank you because I didn't really know how to answer that question and sound like I knew what I was talking about. I'm too new. I came onto this platform on October 27th. I'd never been on here before. So I was just like, okay, I'll auction some stuff off. Let's do it. So I'm still learning, but I'm getting there and I am so addicted, so addicted. Okay, so thank you so much. Um, Thank you. I will. And as soon as I get back from writing, I'm going to be packing Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'll be packing your orders all day tomorrow, and I will make sure that everything goes out on Monday. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you so much, sweetie, for modding for me. I'm gonna send a special prize in your order. I'm gonna do a raid, so I'm gonna go up here, end show. We're gonna do a raid, create a raid. Happy, let's see, collector sector. In, I don't know who to pick. I'm gonna ask the system to pick for me, and we're just gonna raid somebody. We're gonna be totally random. All right, here we go. We're gonna